Alrighty then, so we've got TaToH versus Villese coming up next, the second semi-final to watch today before we go into that grand final. Obviously it's going to be MBL versus the winner of this set. So if we take a look at the map pool, we'll see what we've got coming up. We've got the 5 maps here, starting with Eastern Coastline, followed by Atoll and Bog, and then Hill Fort and Riverbed if we make it that far. Of course, Atoll and Bog we haven't seen yet today. Eastern Coastline, Hill Fort and Riverbed we've seen, but Atoll and Bog guaranteed to be played, so we're looking forward to seeing those, as we haven't seen those yet today. And I think, personally, Bog is my favourite map out of the pool. I really like it.
I feel like it has the best mix of land and water out of all the maps, because like Hill Fort is clearly purely land. Things like Bog Island is pretty much purely water.
Right, yeah.
But with Bog, like, you can go for water early, and then it switches into mostly land in the late game. It's like you get that nice back and forth over.
You can find a nice balance between the two.
How much do you do in the early game?
Right.
And how much do you continue to invest as the game progresses and as you start to boom out more on the land around the edges?
Yeah, that's true. And then you've got Atoll, which we've seen a little bit more in the first round, sort of falling out of favour in round 2 and 3. But Atoll is a map which I really enjoy as well, and we've seen so many different strategies on this map. It is a water map, but it is decided by the land, much like Migration, but on a little bit of a smaller scale.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Thank you, Serge, for the sub. Welcome. Really appreciate that and appreciate the support. Obviously, we're casting recorded games today. We did make the tournament live streamable, open to everyone to cast. The reason we did that was so that people could watch the games live, but a lot of people wanted to see them live. But we said that we would continue to do our recorded game coverage on the Saturdays so that we could stay consistent from the start of the tournament. And by the end of the tournament, every single game will be casted by us and on our YouTube channel and on the website, and the archive will be existing eternally, hopefully.
Yeah, nice and complete.
Yeah, completed.
And everybody knows, if you want to check it out, Saturdays, we're nice and consistent. We're always here.
Yep. Consistency will pay in the end.
Hopefully.
That's cool. It's cool. But so we're going to go to Eastern Coastline next, and we've got that coming up. This is an interesting map. It's a 2TC start, one which we've seen various different strategies on, and one which I can't remember how TaToH or Villese played. I don't know if they even played this map yet.
TaToH played it against LAN in a very, very long game, where it was eventually drawn out.
That was the one where they went for water, right?
Yeah, they went very heavy water early game, and then really long land battle in the late game.
Long land. I don't know if you've ever seen that advert. It's a Japanese advert. And it goes, long man. It's like to sell these sweets. And they're like these long sweets.
Okay.
And it's brilliant. It's so good. Best commercial I've ever seen. Long man. Google it. It's on YouTube. Anyway. TaToH, spawning to the north of the map in the blue. He's playing as the Chinese. He's also spawning to the east of the map. Also in the blue, I would hope.
Also as the Chinese.
Also as the Chinese. Imagine that, though. Okay, just throwing this out there. While we're getting the game started, we've got lots of time to talk about things. But imagine a 2TC start where you could dual civ.
Okay.
Dual wielding, right? You take one civ and you take another civ, and then you combine the two civs together. So you might have, let's say Chinese in the north and then Japanese in the east, and then anything that the Chinese don't have, that the Japanese do have, they get. Mm-hmm. And anything that the Japanese have and the Chinese don't have, they get. And then they combine any bonuses as well. Imagine that.
That sounds incredibly broken.
That would be sick. You'd come up with these crazy civ combinations, and that would be awesome. Just saying.
It would be incredibly cool, and also I can imagine being incredibly broken.
Yeah, but cool.
Yeah, that's why it's cool.
I don't care if it's broken. It'd be cool. It's like you've got to figure out which two civs work best for the map that you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe imagine if you combined the Slavs and the Aztecs. Oh my god, that would be insane.
Not on this map though, but yeah.
No, not on this
Not
map,
that.
but like that would be insane.
In general, yes, that would be crazy.
Think about the farming bonus. Anyway, Villese, he'll spawn in the red, also as the Chinese, to the east and the south. That's just like a breakthrough idea right there. Someone's gonna make that into a mod, right? Maybe. But yes, it's gonna be a Chinese war. We've seen this most of the time. Chinese is picked here because obviously you get double the starting villagers on both sides.
Yep.
So you end up with 6 extra vills instead of just 3. So huge benefits to be had there. And they're pretty strong as well for that sort of late game siege push. You know, we see most of these games going to the Castle Age pretty quickly. Many will get to the Imperial Age as well. And when that happens, you can just start to throw down bombard towers, start sieging with trebs, get a massive Chuko new up, and it's quite a difficult thing to push into as other civs.
And the Chinese just have such a nice round tech tree, right?
Yeah.
They've got almost full water. Their demos have a bit of extra HP, which is like a nice cool bonus.
For sure.
You know, they've got decent cavalry. Like they've got fully upgraded cavaliers, fully upgraded light cabs. They got good trash, got full helbs, full elite skirms. They've got arbs as well. If for some reason you wanted to do that, they've got siege rams.
Yeah.
As you said, bombard towers and Chuko News obviously are really powerful.
Great Wall of China, the Great Wall tech
Yep.
to buff them up.
Yeah, right. It's just so many options
Yeah.
that make their civ great on these sort of mixed maps.
Yeah,
when you can have a good build start.
Exactly, and they're lightning fast because of that, and those extra vills that we talked about. Yeah, so I mean, someone make that happen. Dual civing, that would be awesome. Just combine the best of both. Maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think about how that would be possible, but maybe now is not the time. Dock up for both players, and the interesting thing that we want to watch out for here is how they approach the water. Will it be that TaToH goes for something similar to last time and goes hard on the water? Or are they going to take the approach that we saw with MBL and Tim, where it's really more focused on the land? Because the land is where the majority of the difference can be made, and it's where the winner of the game can be decided if it goes to the late game.
Like, you're not going to win the game if you win water. All that it does is it gives you an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most of the resources on the map are on the land. And yeah, if you've got the water, you can sort of like harass the edges of the land. But like most of the golden stone, you'll see they're towards the opposite edge of the map.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the forest is towards the opposite edge of the map. It's like you really have to not invest too heavily in water and neglect land.
Got to find that balance, right?
Exactly.
So we've got both players adding a dock, both adding some fish as well, and at the moment, Villese has had a good start. He's 2 villages ahead, he's 1 fish ahead, and he's
Ever so
only
slightly
2
ahead.
seconds. He's 2 seconds ahead on the uptime as well. He did lose a unit to TaToH. I think maybe he lost his scout
On the land?
on the land.
Probably ran into the TC.
Ran into the TC, yeah. So that's a minor thing. Meanwhile, TaToH's kind of patrolling in the middle here, thinking perhaps to come forward and wall, but at the moment, the walling is coming up from Villese on the left side with the barracks. So I'm thinking maybe we'll see a stable here and a blacksmith before he goes up to the Castle Age.
Yeah, instead of the standard market blacksmith. So he's looking at some sort of land harassment. Maybe not all in, like Tim goes, where he's lots of stables, lots of units, just a couple of camels and knights just to run around and pick off some bills here and there, maybe.
We've also got the second dock for Villese as well, which means we should be expecting to see some fire galleys. Now, the fire galleys do risk slowing him down a little bit, but it looks like he's going to have enough gold and food here to comfortably click up to the Castle Age once the blacksmith and the stable is built, and that's pretty good for him. I think Villese is off to a brilliant start, really. I mean, nothing...
a very clean build order. He's mapped it out perfectly. He's got just enough food, just enough gold to go off. He's getting the double bit axe as well.
This is really smooth for him.
Like, obviously, it's not as fast as MBL was in the last game, but he was going for, like, really super fast uptimes.
Right, exactly. And then you consider as well the fact that he's also now adding 2 fires, and TaToH has none. He's not even got anything queued. He may lose his fish here. And this gives Villese the opportunity later down the line to add a couple of galleys and start harassing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to add too much, just enough to be annoying while then focusing on the land. Meanwhile, though, TaToH will scout the stable and the second stable.
Double stable.
Now that's huge, isn't it?
And neither player's walled up at this point.
No, and whoa,
Oh, they're both
TaToH's
doing
going
double
forward
stable.
with stable as well. But don't you think that's interesting? There, like TaToH's right here, and then Villese's like immediately putting the stable down, and TaToH knows instantly. Whereas Villese is playing a little bit more in the dark, you could say.
Right. But like you would expect, okay, the enemy has seen that I'm making 2 stables. They're obviously going to do something to
What is this?
prevent me from killing
What
them.
is this?
Oh, and
this is
it's trapped-
amazing.
it's trapped
This
into
is
the fishing ships.
amazing. Oh my god, that's so good.
I don't think that was deliberate.
No, I think they were trying to fish those shore fish, but the
Yeah.
fact that they were trapped, like
Yeah.
year round, like, that was. Oh, that's
That
so
was just
good.
perfect timing.
That was brilliant. That made my day. I'm happy now. I'm very happy. So Castle Age coming in for both. 2 stables for both. Villese a little bit heavier on the water, but not making it pay so far. Hasn't killed a single fish or anything. And meanwhile, yeah, he's pushing out with some more fire galleys. But TaToH straight up with camels, monastery to follow, and we've got Villese.
Villese's taking a lot of stone though, so he's going to go for a fairly early castle.
He's idling these stables, and,
And
he's
he's
going
going for
straight
knights.
into knights. He should switch now. He sees the camels, right? Yep.
Yep,
Immediately
cancels them.
switches, but that's going to be way late. I'm surprised he didn't make any attempts or efforts to wall up at all.
But like both players, neither of them have tried to wall.
No, I think TaToH maybe was confident that he'd be faster. I don't know, but he came forward, right? And Villese, meanwhile, didn't wall at all. I thought he was going to because of these
Right, yeah,
buildings.
exactly.
I thought he'd
Exactly.
come down here and just finish
And that's
the
where
job.
you'd make a stable and make a couple of extra walls. And TaToH, yeah, army control, please. Stop running under the TC. Like,
Gets
yeah,
a villager kill,
yeah,
man.
he gets a
Worth
build,
it.
but losing a lot of HP on your army isn't particularly good. I guess he could heal it up with a monk.
Yeah, right. But I do think right here that this water aggression from Villese has done nothing. I don't think he's killed a single fish. He's just lost quite a lot. Hasn't achieved much. Got a monk out now as well. And I think these are like Tibetan monks, right? They've got the capes and the staffs and the bald heads.
Mm-hmm. That they are. Ooh, okay, so Villese's
Conversion.
considering going for a counter raid, but
Too risky.
into the woodline, this is going to be pretty bad.
Why no walls? I'm so triggered by the lack of
3 or
walls
4
here.
bills are going to die here, I think.
Yeah, camels, man, getting in there, doing damage. Not the raiding unit you think they are, but then suddenly this happens and boom.
If you're not paying attention, then yeah, it's a bunch of free kills.
Right, and
All
even
the scouts going for the monk.
Nah, it's not
Shouldn't
gonna
be able to get it, no.
Still, that was like 6 dead vills right there, and TaToH now pulling ahead a little bit in villager count. Finally, Villese is attacking a fishing ship, but he's still not able to kill one.
Right. And TaToH has those bills nearby, so he just keeps repairing his boats, and he doesn't even care.
Forward castle now from TaToH.
Oh,
Villese, meanwhile, has a castle of his own coming up as well. I was just going to say, we were going to have a look at how much stone he's got, and then I saw the castle, and I was like, damn, doesn't this look a lot like the last map we saw?
A really defensive castle.
This
right in
this
front of the
castle
TC.
right here was the same castle that Tim played.
That NBL played.
NBL played,
Yep.
sorry.
Yeah, the defensive
And
one.
what we're going to see is probably a trebuchet right here killing that castle. That's kind of
At
what
some
all
point.
here. Yeah.
Okay, but we've got the extra TC there for Lessar that we can see. Has TaToH built a 3rd TC somewhere?
I'll check that in a second. Fight coming in here, perhaps. 1 conversion coming off. Counter conversions. He's attempting it. The scout won't get a kill. Atonement was researched for TaToH as well, so you can try and convert the scouts. The monks of Villese. But all in all, that was a better engagement once again for TaToH there. As far as TCs are concerned, TaToH has got 3.
Okay, so they're both equal there. Just the bill rating so far
Yeah.
is the only massive difference.
You know what I would like? I would like a TC counter on the overlay, as well as a
That-
castle counter.
That would be awesome.
Because I feel like we're always counting how many TCs they have, but it never shows it here. If PKZ is watching,
We'll get him on
do
it.
me a solid.
Yeah.
But yeah. So at the moment, still on the water. This has been really
Bill
an
bash down
eventful, really.
Keep Bill bashing down the fire galleys, please.
He might kill a villager, but at this point, 1 villager, it's not that much of a big deal. And the fish for Villese are still working away on the
but
shore
TaToH's
fish.
up to Imp already, and Villese's 500 foot away.
Boom. Why is that though? I mean, eco-wise, they're quite similar on vills.
And military-wise, they haven't spent that much. I guess
I'm just
Villese's made a
assuming
lot
it's-
more boats, so he's spent more wood on boats instead of farms.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that TaToH is eco-distribution, right? Like, it's just what you have gathered. Interestingly, Villese has actually gathered more food at this point in the game.
Ever so slightly.
But he's spent it, he's not actually going up to Imp yet. That's a pretty significant timing difference. If TaToH's going to be this much faster to Imp, that Treb over here is more likely to become a reality than I thought at first. We've also got Villese going into Chuko Nu, TaToH as well. TaToH with only one castle right now, but that's all he needs to start trebbing down the other castle.
And then I like how his next castle is further back for TaToH. He's not going all in with the forward castles. If he doesn't manage to, secure his position on the front, he doesn't instantly lose all the castles like we've seen in a number of other games.
Yeah, I remember pointing that out on one game, and then it happened. And I was like, maybe that's something to consider, right? But Imperial Age is in for Villese, but it's going to be nearly 2 minutes slower, or over 2 minutes slower even. And TaToH's just going to be ahead with upgrades here. Look at the difference. No upgrades to Villese. TaToH's already got +2/+1, and Ballistics is on the way.
Right. And he's going to have 2 Trebs popping out almost instantly, as soon as that second castle's finished.
Wow, I mean, this is a really big difference right here. The camels are starting to get less useful as the Chuko Nu come out.
It's very much just a run in front and tank for a little bit before they die a glorious death.
Right. Just do what they can.
Yep.
But at the moment, Villese seems to have more Chuko Nu out. But
he has
still
had
lacking upgrades.
For longer.
A little bit. And, of course, TaToH's making Trebs now as well instead of Chuko Nu production. And, well, he didn't go for the Treb here. I guess it would be a bit too far forward, a little bit too aggressive, perhaps.
You can still maybe get one on that
You
hill
can still
in front
get
of the
this
castle.
one, maybe. You've got to take the hill's advantages when you can, but at the moment, he's not. So, there you go. I thought maybe he'd go here. It's probably in range of the castle, to be fair. But regardless, the Trebs are out, and Villese can't even train a Trebuchet yet.
For a while.
The
and
water...
while this is happening, TaToH is continuing to get his upgrades. He's getting leather
That's
armor,
true.
conscription, chemistry.
I was going to say the water is absolutely inconsequential at this point. Neither player can afford to sink any resources into it. Well, I guess TaToH could, but that would reduce his pressure, and obviously Villese has to deal with this.
Yeah. At this point, he just wants a ton of Trebs as quickly as possible to keep pushing these castles.
Oh yeah, he's going to take one down immediately. There's 4-5 Trebs out now.
It looks like it, yeah.
And it's like the military count is way in favor of Villese at the moment. But it's really hard to push into this. You don't want to send your Chuko Nu into the Trebs, which are sitting under a castle.
Oh no, Villese is doing Bosaw.
Well, that was late.
That's a little late, considering they've been in Castle Age for 13, 14 minutes now.
Yeah. That's on a map like this,
Yeah.
You need a lot of... Well, and not just a map like this,
that
but with
is
this
a ballsy
sieve.
castle. Like, that could have been Treb down instantly.
It could have. It should have.
It still might get.
Would have. One more hit.
There's
Oh,
two
okay.
He needs...
He's got it. He's got it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
He packed up the Trebs. He decided, nope, it's not worth it.
Wow, that was clutch. That was really clutch. If TaToH had one less villager on that castle, it probably would have died.
Well, I think long term it definitely would have died. Okay, the Trebs have just moved back out of range.
3 Trebs now, though. And he's going for it again. I think he'll get there. Oh, there's the 4th one.
Yeah, well, that castle's definitely going to die. It'll be
castle's
finished
a goner.
and then die instantly, basically.
Pretty much. Well, maybe one more volley. Still, it's enough to do some damage to the Chuko Nu, which Villese is just running in there with. He knows the castle's going to die. It does go down. He's going to engage right now. The Trebs right here, of course, tanking quite a lot. And the Chuko Nu from TaToH at the back aren't even fighting back.
This is really good for
This is a terrible
Villese.
fight for TaToH here.
It's not even a fight, to be honest, at this point. It's just...
He's just sitting there taking it.
Sitting there watching his Trebs die.
Ouch. He'll start to do some return damage with his own Chuko Nu, but this has swung the tide of the battle a little bit now, as Villese has got a Treb advantage. Yeah, absolutely.
You can also sort of sit on that hill just to the north of his Trebs if you wanted to.
Although with that said, TaToH's pushing forward as well, looking to find more trebuchets. He leaves this one alive with 2 HP. Surely it's going to get taken out eventually, and the repairs are coming in now as well, but I think another Treb could go down here. It will, and that's going to be 3 Trebs apiece.
And it looks like TaToH's actually raiding Villese's economy a little bit.
Yep, at the back with some camels.
And oh, wow.
GG was called right then because Villese just lost the last Trebs.
Wow.
That was just a very, very decisive fight. And of course, It started great for Villese there. He picked off a lot of TaToH's trebs, but TaToH struck back with his own Chuko Nu. His upgrades were better as well. He had the extra +4 defense, and he was able to pick off a few more trebuchet. And I think Villese knew at that point, well, without any trebs, there's no way I can win this war. And he would have been picked off, let alone the raiding at the back, which was probably a distraction as well. And GG was called. So that's a pretty quick game. Right there. Obviously, TaToH at the end really starting to pump up the production of Chuko Nu. He had 3 castles, which was equal to Villese, but the speed advantage that he had with going up to the Imperial Age made all the difference in the treb production, and then that, of course, further compounded into having more Chuko Nu out as well. So well played to TaToH. A good game. And a very quick one at that. So well played indeed. We'll go into game number 2 in a few moments' time. First of all, let's have a quick look at the achievements. It was quite fascinating how Villese had more food than TaToH at one point in that game, but still hadn't clicked up to the Imperial Age. In fact, the total food collected, only 200 really, 250 between them. Wood, pretty close as well, but favouring TaToH. But more importantly, the gold and the stone, a little bit more favourable for TaToH there. All in all, quite close economically.
Honestly,
though.
I don't think the economy difference made a difference whatsoever.
No.
It was purely getting to Imp basically 2 minutes faster. That is the reason.
Well, yeah, if you look at the timeline, it's like identical.
Yeah,
identical, boom.
And like even the population is like roughly hovering at 50% all the way to the middle, and then TaToH just starts to spike up as he pushes in.
Yeah, you can see that. And I think that's interesting, really.
Yeah, like it's just 2 minutes faster.
Like, eco-wise, I was thinking it might have been more different than it was. It's an extra 6, 7, 8.
If you total it up between all the resources,
it's about 1,000 difference in
total.
between
everything, right? That's
which is not a lot at all, is it? No.
At this stage of the game.
Yeah, right. It's very little.
This is the equivalent to like mid-imperial for a normal game, right?
Right.
Because it's 2 TC start.
Of course.
1,000 resources is nothing.
So it's really just the timing and the speed and the execution of that strategy.
Yeah.
It looked really good for Villese at the start. He had the edge, but then it was just here where things started to sort of fall apart a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
That made all the difference. Fascinating game. And we're going to go now into game number 2 in just a moment. It's Atoll coming up next. A map which we've not seen for a little while. One which we saw a lot of in the first round, but second round and the semis so far haven't really provided many Atoll games. We'll see what happens here. Both players have to still choose from within the map pool. Sorry, the civ pool.
Mm-hmm. So probably Japanese and Malay. Those are the 2 most common civs we've seen on this sort of map.
So no wild cards here at the moment.
No, probably not. We might see Portuguese again, but no Portuguese this time. Okay, so we have in the north, we have TaToH in the blue again as the Japanese. And then his opponent, Villese, playing in the red as the Malay. So we're seeing the 2 most common civs, slightly different play styles. So we're going to see how these players will utilize the different civ bonuses that they have on this map.
Yeah, we did actually sort of talk about this before when we were watching Bog Island in the last match, Tim and MBL. And we were saying how, the Malay and Japanese, it was the same civ matchup, different map, but same civ matchup. I was saying how the Malay could potentially be better on Bog Island because of their faster uptime.
Yep.
And they could, sort of compound that into attacking faster and doing more damage faster. On a map like this, though, the rush distance isn't that short, generally speaking.
Like, we've seen players go for, like, just straight fast castles on this
Right.
map and not really being punished whatsoever.
Exactly. It's a bit more of a migration-style map, rather than an all-out aggressive map like something like Baltic or Bog Island, for example. And also, you've also got a lot more fish here, which gives the Japanese player more incentive to build a bit more of a back dock and
Fish
perhaps fish quite hard. Obviously, we're looking at Villese's base, but like here, for example, back dock, huge amount of fish. Take advantage of that Japanese fishing, and your rush distance is absolutely huge to get across the map to your opponent. So,
well, especially if Villese docks on the left-hand side and TaToH docks on the back at the top. Right, that's like it's half the map distance he has to cross.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's quite a big difference, and for that reason, this map has the potential to play out extremely differently. Alternatively, TaToH could go for a really crazy dock and do something over here and start pushing really quick, which is very unlikely because he's the Japanese and not the Malay. But
I think it's most likely that he'd probably dock on the left-hand side, considering his TC is slightly closer to the left.
Yeah, probably. I'd agree with that. I'd say either here, like here,
either at the back or
on the left
front.
side here. But I think it's going to be here because he's building the house.
Yep.
We'll see that dock coming up momentarily, and then meanwhile you've got the dock coming up. It's not going to be here, surely.
Well, it's not horrible. There's 2 deep sea fish.
Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. Vilese's
It could
vision.
obviously be better, but it's not that word.
He's going to move a bit further out. Looks like he wants it out here. That's a much better place because it's a little bit closer to more fish, right? And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's forward, but it's more forward than it could be if you built it, back here or on the left side, for example. So this could be an indicator that Villese is trying to get aggressive quite quickly. It also could be an indicator that TaToH isn't going to go for some kind of fish boom using this back section of his map to do that. So we'll have to hold tight, see what happens next. But obviously Villese at the moment going to be grabbing his second rhino and trying to get up to the feudal age with as much food as possible. Because at the moment, he's just taking his second rhino.
So we've got the third one to come in later.
And the third one can still come in. So that's really, a lot of abundance of food on this map.
Right. That's why we've seen people do path castles. Because there's essentially 3 boars, and you've got the water buffaloes that have more food than sheep, right? There's just so much food available. Like, if you're on point with your economy, you can do, 14-minute fast castles, basically, on this map.
You can. And then you can make it really pay. But, I don't know, at the moment, looks pretty close. Both on 22 population. Both with very little food in the bank because they've not dropped it yet. Waiting for those rhinos to sort of start paying off, I guess. But, yeah, Villese at the moment with the 2 fish. TaToH with the 3. A little bit ahead there. But it's not by much.
It's basically even. Like, I think the big differences are going to start to come into play around mid-castle age. Right? You're going to start to see players either committing to the middle, going forward with towers and castles, stuff like that, or they're going to stay at home and try to, fast imp and get major water control before going into the middle. Those are, I think, the 2 main differences in gameplay we've seen.
Right. And talking about the middle, neither player really going for any walls yet. A lot of the time we've seen this map in the past, we've seen players trying to wall their enemy in to try and, keep the middle for themselves as much as they can. And it's pretty common to see one player making that move out to the middle quite a lot earlier than the other. It's not seen any games so far.
I'm not sure if it's really worth it, though. Because if they really want to get into the middle, a layer of palisade walls isn't going to stop them, right?
No, that's true. But I mean, what I mean is a player making a play for the middle.
Making a play for the middle, sure.
It seems to be that one player does it a lot earlier than the other. Also, look, all this stone, look, it's more on Villese's side. All in a line on Villese's side. And TaToH's side's a bit more empty.
Which has some benefits. It's a little bit easier to boom if he goes into the middle.
Yeah, and build castles to defend and things like that. He'll definitely want to get a castle if he wants to get Thalassocracy out.
Yeah.
Because he might want the harbours,
Well, obviously, you definitely want harbours at some point on this map, right? So both players looks like they're going for fast castles.
It does indeed. And look at that forward dock from Villese right there. It's like sending the villager all the way around just to get the dock in a more forward location.
It also makes his fishing better.
That's true, because he gets access to more fish.
Yeah, some new ones.
But yeah, to be honest, this castle time, this feudal time for Villese is going to be really good. I mean, they're both going up on 26 vills, but you can see the difference that this Malay bonus is going to make, and this is kind of a good case study, I guess, for the Malay, because he'll be up to the feudal age that much faster.
Mm-hmm.
He'll add the vills, and then we'll see how his castle time looks. Look at this, he's got 5 villagers on the gold.
I don't think he's going to get the food in time.
He might, 'cause he's got so many fish.
It's
Market.
dicey. It's dicey.
Blacksmith coming. Blacksmith, where is it? There it is. It's coming. No, it's not coming. Did you make a boat?
Just waiting for the wood.
Oh, no, it's here. It's in the middle.
Okay.
So, no boats queued.
He should still get the castle age first, even if he doesn't click it in time, right?
Well, he will absolutely get up to the castle age first, but the point is he should be able to squeeze out an extra villager and then still get castle age first as well.
He could make 3 villages and still get castle age
Well,
first.
he could, yeah, he could. But just keep an eye on that villager count. That's the main thing at the moment, really.
I think TaToH's probably got a much stronger economy, though, because he's already doing double bed axe and the gold mining upgrade.
Oh, that's true. And Villese will probably get those in a little while once he's up, but he's already clicked up now. So that's going to be 14 minutes 30 for Villese to reach the castle age. Now he's doing double bit axe. And it's going to be 15 minutes 55 for TaToH. So that's a big difference there.
Yep. Almost a minute and a half, and he has 1 extra villager.
And he has an extra villager for the duration of that.
We just quickly check TaToH's economy. I want to see how many resources he's got in the bank.
Okay.
So after clicking up, he's still got 300 food. Wow.
Not bad. That's not bad.
And I like the walls that he's building across the front of his base.
Well, that's the Japanese fish for you. If we take a look at the
powerful.
total food gathered, he's already gathered an extra 200 food, has TaToH.
Yep.
Obviously, he's got 1 extra fishing ship. So I think the Malay bonus is kind of basically making up for the fact that the Japanese fish are so good.
True. Well, I think the biggest bonus is going to be the faster attacking, right? He's into galleys. He's getting war galley already.
Yeah. It's about doing damage, but look at this.
Unfortunately, he's going the wrong way. And
Exactly.
Look, with TaToH's walls that he's building across the front of his
This
thing,
one here, yeah.
just to like slow down units trying to get through that space.
Yeah, he can't go through there. He has to go all the way around the back. Makes a big difference. So Villese, a lack of scouting, really.
It looks
Not
like
knowing where the
TaToH
dock is.
Has a back dock though. Oh, is there any fish there?
Demo raft. Wow, look at this. Fire ship's already done by the time...
And they're going to miss those 2 fishing ships as well.
Yeah, fire ships actually have really bad line of sight, so yeah, it makes quite a big difference. Look at the difference here. Pretty good line of sight, pretty shit line of sight.
Yeah, almost nothing.
So Villese is going to come around the back, and he's going to see what he can find. But
he's got a huge military advantage already, though, right? 9
right.
boats to 4. Well, I guess if you take out the scouts, 9 to 4 at this point.
and he should now see the fish as well, and he'll kill them faster because war galleys.
They're still Japanese though. They take that extra volley or 2.
Bam. They're really tanky, but still, yeah. Villese here, Bodkin arrow coming in, war galley just finishing up for TaToH now.
TaToH going for gill nets really early. He's really banking.
He's confident
He
as well.
He thinks, okay, I can defend my fish. This upgrade is worth it to boost my economy.
It's quite
by that much.
ballsy. That's very confident. He's going for careening. It looks like he's going with fires as well, just sticking with fire ships here.
Well, I feel like it's a bit too late for him to switch to galleys, right? He knows he's already behind.
Yeah, he needs some kind of comeback mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Still, though, that's confidence from TaToH right there. And I guess if Villese is spending his time attacking this dog, he's not killing off the fish. So that's already paying for
I feel like
TaToH.
he's trying to bait the war galleys into coming close to the dock so that the demolition ship can just come out and get them.
Maybe, but I don't think that's going to work. Villese here should focus fire the demo. He is focusing fire on the demo. That's smart. And he's backing up away for now so that he can start to hit and run the fire ships, essentially. Should be quite an easy cleanup, I think, for Villese here if he does micro, but the army control is a little bit sloppy, actually.
Careening does make a huge difference with fire ships.
It does.
Right, +1 fierce armor. They're so tanky against war galleys.
But still, should be a good win for Villese there. He's even adding a demolition ship of his own, but he's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
You know, he's out here on the right side, and TaToH's fishing away, uncontested on the left.
And he can't take the easy way through the middle past TaToH's, like the front of TaToH's base because of the walls, right?
Because of this. He could.
Well,
really.
He could go around it, but
Oh,
it's really
hello.
awkward.
Villese just scouted TaToH coming into the middle of the map. That's really important.
Okay, but they're both actually going into the middle at the same time. They're both dropping their TCs. They're both trying to secure some extra gold and extra wood. I wonder how far forward is TaToH going?
Is TaToH even going for a TC over here, or is he doing something else? Because
Is he going to tower rush this new TC maybe?
surely not. He doesn't know there's a TC there. He is doing a tower, however.
In a bit of a weird
Oh,
position.
TaToH's tower rushing Vilese's fish. That's kind of what's
now
happening.
he sees this TC here and he feels, shit, I should have built my tower like 3 tiles to the left.
Yeah, right. Because that TC's going up now, and well, a villager might even die as well.
Come on, where's the Jukes?
Oh,
Walk side to side?
no.
Nope.
Dead. And here comes the war galleys at the back. Obviously, TaToH's couple got demos. If you can catch them while they're grouped up, that would be huge, but it's unlikely. And meanwhile, the fish are still alive for the time being. More towers, though. Villese here. Does he have the stone for a counter tower? He does not.
Nope.
Annoying. How annoying. You could grab this stone, though.
Well, I don't think a counter tower really works, because he doesn't have guard tower. So he needs to make 2 towers to counter the 1 guard tower, almost.
Oh, right. I didn't catch they were guard towers, yeah. Did he just finish that upgrade a second ago?
30 seconds-ish.
Ah, okay.
Very recent.
Right, so yeah, absolutely. Outposts here next door to each other. Hello. That outpost rushing each other. They've obviously been watching NBL.
Friendly outposts.
For sure.
Oh, is someone going to deny the pyramid?
Yep, denied.
Good man.
Good job, guys. Good job, chat. So, yeah, the fire ships in the back, they are starting to kill off the fishing ships of TaToH now. He's down to just 3. That's good. That's good for Villese, but
I feel like Gillnet still paid off.
It did.
He had
I was
it for
going
a
to say the
solid
same. Yeah.
6 minutes or so, which is a long time to have. I think it's plus 20% faster working fish.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at this as well, University Siege Workshop.
Monastery Siege Workshop.
Sorry, I meant Monastery Siege Workshop.
They're going to do a bit of a land push, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like both of them thinking the same thing, really.
But I feel like TaToH has the advantage though, because guard towers and mangonels beat monks and mangonels, or monks and rams, right?
Unless you can convert all the mangonels.
True, but like as long as they stay behind the towers, you just slowly push forward with the towers, and monks and mangonels can't really do anything.
True. So on the water as well, it looks like a decisive win for Villese here.
All these boats aren't doing anything though.
That's sloppy from TaToH, really, isn't it?
Why would you have boats on stand ground ever? Like maybe war galleys, that makes sense, but like fire ships, you need them to be mobile. That's like their strength.
Yeah, right. Still, Villese solidifying that victory right there, and oh wow, okay. So, Watchtower here. Gonna have a little battle, and obviously going to lose. Hill bonus in favor of TaToH here, but whoa, TaToH's not realized his mangonel.
The Bill's there to repair it?
Yeah,
just in time.
That was calculated,
That
wasn't
was
it?
close.
That was calculated. Well played. But yes, obviously a poor tower from Villese here, as he tries to push up, and look at the difference the guard tower makes. That's huge.
Yeah.
Just get flattened, man. Get flattened. That's going to be so hard. I don't think Villese holds on to this. I think he retreats back and sort of concedes the middle.
It looks like it could be. How's Tower's economy going? Because he's had the extra TC for quite a while back at home. Is he like booming ahead? Is he thinking about imp at any time, or is he fully in?
Well, at the moment,
he's got nothing.
He's behind in Vils. He's obviously lost his fish now. And Villese also lost some fish as well by the looks of things, although they're just idle, not dead. But yeah, TaToH should win this. And what is Villese thinking?
That lumber camp's safe, no worries.
Yeah, I can't defend this tower with the tower or TC. I'll build a lumber camp here. This'll pay off.
It'll be fine.
No, it's not fine. He's got to run back, and that means that the middle of the map is locked out now by TaToH. So this is where things start to get interesting. Villese has the water control. He can range pretty much everything from the edge of the map.
Castle, though.
But TaToH has the middle. Oh! What was that there? Another guard tower? Yeah, okay.
The problem is his mangonels are destroying the guard tower slowly. Because every time it hits the monastery, it's doing splash damage in the guard tower.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Yeah, because it's touching the monastery.
This mangonel, though, it's gone. It's dead.
It's very dead. But that castle is going to secure a little bit of land and mostly just defend his base from TaToH pushing across the crossing, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure how I feel about this now. I think it's actually really even. Because Villese has water, but TaToH has land. And at some point, Villese will have to try and take that land to get the gold, get the wood. But for now, he's still got plenty at home for the time being.
Yeah.
He can maybe focus on going Imperial. Maybe he can add some more fish because he's got water control.
Well, the thing is, like, we're saying he has water control, but he's not using it. Like, TaToH has remade more fish, right? There's no boats on that left side harassing him. There's no war galleys harassing his woodline or his gold or anything at home on his island.
That's true.
Right? Like, you could pick off so many villas, or at least just deny resources. But Villese is not doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, Villese needs to have a bigger fish boom than TaToH in this situation.
Well, he
for
either
sure.
needs to have more fish or he needs to be doing damage offensively with war galleys. At the
Yeah.
moment, he's not doing either.
Right, exactly. And wow, he couldn't convert that boat, which was pretty unfortunate. 2 demo ships coming in though for Villese. Looks like he'll hit them quite nicely. And good splits by TaToH, but that's going to, again...
Be enough. Ooh, that's a ballsy tower though.
This one?
Yeah, like there's mangonel there and 2 war galleys.
Oh, I didn't see
That should not
no,
go
but
up.
that tower, and a counter tower. Surprised Villese hasn't invested in guard tower yet, but yeah. Villese here selling wood, buying some food, going up to the Imperial Age.
Yeah,
That's
as soon
important.
as he gets trebs, I think this game might be over.
Yeah, well, I was going to say this. This is the one thing, right? If he just goes up to Imp now and uses this castle to treb down these towers, it's a lot of investment from TaToH, and it's not going to pay off in the long run. He's going to be Imp so quickly, and TaToH, meanwhile, he's got the gold. He's not quite there on the food. I think he'll be there fairly soon, but the difference in upgrade time here will be significant, and kind of like the last game, where that player who got up to the Imperial Age first was able to start snowballing.
Yeah.
That was where the difference was made, and I think the same could be true for this game as well.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if TaToH just stopped making villages. Basically, yeah.
He just
try
wants
to
to go
save
in.
that little bit of food and just get up that tiny bit faster.
It's still going to be okay. I'm clicking
3
up to
minutes.
Imp now, and my opponent just is reaching Imp. That's
Yeah.
a bigger difference than the last game, even.
Right.
So
Well, Malay, right?
exactly, and if last game taught us anything, and if history repeats itself, then this could be a win for Villese here, just on this Imperial Age timing alone, thanks to that castle. Now, keep in mind, there's not as much economy backing this up for Villese, but he could still start to take the middle back. I don't know. There's no castle for TaToH.
No, he's not even really mining much stone, to be honest.
There's not even any land
Well, he's
unit
finished
production.
all of his stone on his mainland, right? So if he wants a castle, he has to mine stone in the middle or buy it.
Right, of course, because it's all... Well, he's mining stone
this
here.
stuff, but he still needs quite a bit of stone to get a castle.
You're right.
And what's he actually going to do in Imperial Age once he gets there, right? He's going to get a castle
Samurai.
and make
Of
trebs.
course.
And then what's he going to do? Samurai against Rambits?
Halbs and archers
Yeah.
and rams.
And against, remember, there's still the boats that are going to be running around.
Yeah,
And harbours at some point, right? Like it's
hard. TaToH doing masonry wants to give these guard towers a bit more survivability.
mostly just to stall out for a little bit longer, I feel.
True
Right?
that.
The longer it takes to kill the towers, the more time he has at home to do other stuff. To
do
get to
anything.
imp himself and prepare some sort of a defense.
Well, he's about to be imp. I'm just curious what the defense is going to be. Wow. Okay, then.
I think that second tower, like the one on the left, is out of range of the castle. Of like the villas on the opposite side.
This one?
Yeah, I don't think that tower does anything.
Oh, yeah. I think it's... Yeah. I think you're right. I think it'll hit the castle, but it won't hit these villagers. So this
Oh.
castle's going up. That's huge.
I think that castle kind of is the nail in the coffin for TaToH at this point.
Well, he's going to be able to kill off all these towers for sure, and the ones at the front are already dying, as we know. I like how Villese actually focused down on the siege workshop just to prevent TaToH from like training a ram or something, right? That could be annoying if he did that.
Well, you
Meanwhile,
can always
the-
just make 2 or 3 crabs really quickly, right?
Yeah, that's true as well. But I think he did that for a reason. And still, TaToH on the water now doing fast fire ship, while Villese has galleon. But the difference in military, it's not that much. And I think with fast fires on the water, TaToH could win the water back now. But
problem is
Villese
he's
is
gonna
switching
lose
his
the middle.
focus. Exactly.
How does he stop these castles and trebs? Like, he makes his own castle, sure. He makes his own trebs, sure. But there's 2 castles and already 3 or 4 trebs out there for the enemy. Like, as soon as he sees that there's a castle there, it should die very, very quickly.
Yep, I mean, we're seeing 3 trebs right here from Villese, right?
Plus the
And-
one in the north as well.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they
he
just
sees the castle as well, so he's got a good vision. He knows what's up. He knows what's going on, and he's got so many more trebs to deal with this. I'm liking this a lot from
This one
Villese right
Karambit
now.
charging in there to take out the Mangonel.
The hero Karambit. Can he do it?
Why is
No,
the
he
castle not
can't.
attacking?
It's out of range.
Shouldn't be in range. Shouldn't be out of range. The castle's in 10 range.
Right here.
Oh, he doesn't have
Wow, he doesn't have any
well,
upgrades.
never mind that then. It could be out of range.
Never mind.
And like, look, like he makes 1 treb and then his castle's basically dead already.
Yeah, not good.
Right.
Oh, the Karambit's got nailed though. Don't play with fire, says TaToH.
Yeah.
I wonder if these mangonels will get nailed though by the trebs. Oh, 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 oh.
The tower's
well, the tower's going to nail
anyway,
it.
right?
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, he managed to kill one of the trebs.
Oh, yeah. One treb down. Maybe he'll get two if he's lucky. Accuracy and all that. Karambit's running in as well.
Garrison the TT.
Trying to raid, trying to do damage. And all in all, I mean, Villese here is basically just securing the middle now. And from the middle, he can continue to win the game because, you know, it's all well and good having your home island. But once you're out of gold, once you're out of stone, once you're out of wood,
yeah,
the middle is where the lifeblood of the game is from.
Like, it's all nice having 100 bills, but you're not really spending any of those resources on anything at the moment.
It's true. Lessar dropping a TC down here.
Yeah, and those Karambits are going to kill the treb. There's nothing to stop them now.
But the villagers will stop them. They'll out-repair the damage. Look at this. Look at this. The Karambits are so bad that they're...
Until the trebs nail it.
Right. They're just buying time. Just buying time. Oh, and the galleons on the water. I think this is well and truly over now. As the mangonel will get taken out as well.
Bill's going to die now.
Everything's over. And at the moment, GG is being called. TaToH calls it right there. It's 1-1. And Villese will claw his way back into it with his first point on the board. So well played by Villese there. I think he played an interesting game. He obviously went for the faster aggression, and it paid off. It did end up winning him the water. TaToH responded by trying to take the land, but couldn't hold on to it because once again, as we've seen in both of these games now, that faster Imperial time making all of the difference. Those trebuchets able to pick off and slow push and slow siege all of those towers and all of those buildings that TaToH built up in the middle of the map, which ultimately led to his defeat. Well played by Villese. It's 1-1, and we'll be going into game number 3 in a short moment. Bog will be the next map, a map which I'm particularly fond of, actually. I really do like Bog. I think it's a great map. It's a very versatile map. You've got a little bit of land, you've got a little bit of water, you've got a little bit of everything on Bog, and it's a very enjoyable watch. So I think we're very likely to see Mongols here. Mongols seem to be the favored civ for this map, but since it is 1-1, players can now pick any civ they like, because as long as they pick 3 civs from the civ pool over the course of the best of 5, they're all good. And obviously with Bog being the 3rd map, but Hillfort being guaranteed, they could pick any civ for this one.
I still feel like Mongols is the best civ to choose.
Still the best.
For Bog,
yeah,
probably. And like considering like the civs that are in the civ pool for Hillfort, and the civs that aren't in the civ pool, I feel like you prefer to have free pick on Hillfort because there's many more civs that are useful on Hillfort. Like mines are a choice.
Right.
We've seen Aztecs have been pretty good.
Right.
Right. There's a variety of civs that are like semi-arena civs that could be good on Hillfort. While Bog, right, you've got 3 boars and there's deer. You know, Mongols just make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. And Hillfort maybe has a bit more versatility of what you can do there.
I think so.
Definitely.
I think so.
It's strengths that or opportunities that the civ pool civs don't really present. So let's go have a look at the next game. Bog, game 3. It's tied up right now, and we've got 2 more games guaranteed. But we'll see who can take game 3 here. It's one of my favorite maps. This one, Bog. It's a great hybrid map. It has a mixture of both land and water in a way that is still very balanced. And we'll be starting the game in just a moment. It's just taking a little bit longer than normal to launch, but I think we're getting there. In we go. Good stuff. Welcome back, everyone. Game number 3 between TaToH and Villese here on Bog. The first time we're seeing this map in the semi-finals, and it's a map which we just talked about a moment ago as being a Mongols home map, and it will be Mongols for both players. It's worth noting that this is Villese's home map, as he chose map 2 and 3 as the lowest seed. So hopefully he's prepared a strategy here. Obviously, we've seen Mongols picked most times on this map just because of that versatility. They're very quick on the land. They have 3 rhinos to take advantage of with their hunt bonus. And of course, they can also do a little bit on the water as well.
Yeah, like no other civ has, I think, a bonus as strong as the Mongols do on this map in terms of just being fast and dealing damage as quickly as possible, right? Either you very quickly win the water by, getting up to feudal age really fast, less than 9 minutes, you have 2 docks pumping units really quickly, or just incredibly fast scouts, right?
Right, exactly.
No other civ can do that as well as they can on this map.
And you can also, you don't have to go up super fast as well. I mean, it's a good idea to go up when you can, but
I guess in theory, if your map's really nice, you could just full wall and FC into Mangadai.
Right, but I think that's really unlikely.
No, I don't think that's an intelligent decision at all. But it's a possibility, right?
It also depends a lot on the map, and in this case, this map is pretty hard to wall.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. I mean, the bog itself. I mean, obviously, I've seen players wall this map up. It's not out of the question. You just need to do a lot of walls. Any map is wallable if you want
really
to do it
hard enough.
Yeah, right. But particularly for TaToH, the front of his base very open. You can't wall this because you just need too many little bits of wall, and it's just too fiddly.
Right.
The sides he could wall, but the front would still be open. Villese, the front of his base is a little bit more wallable, and he could do it as well, but he'd have to essentially build a big circle around his base, and it's just not good. It's not good.
Oh, it can be good, right? Like if you defend yourself from scout rushes completely, right? Then you don't need to invest into scouts yourself. You can save that food to get the castle age fast, or you can go heavier on water.
So long as you can secure all of your resources inside of your walls.
Which Villese definitely can do with some large walls.
Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see if big walls are a part of the plan for either of these players. Getting those 3 Rhino in ASAP certainly is the plan for Villese, though. And we're going to see a very fast feudal uptime here. Probably on 17 villagers, because he'll have more than enough food at that point, I believe, judging by the rate at which this Rhino is being eaten.
I feel like 17 vills is a little bit greedy.
You think?
Yeah, I would think.
Think he might do it though?
He might.
17 vills.
I'm not
loom,
saying he
and then
won't.
Up. He might even go up without loom. You never know.
That would be crazy.
Let's see. Will he drop? Will he do loom? He's doing.
Whoa.
Not even doing loom.
What the hell?
Brass balls on this guy. TaToH, meanwhile, only just grabbing his 3rd Rhino. And the difference here is going to be significant because he's still got 2 villagers in queue. That's going to be 19.
Yep, that was what I was expecting. Around
He's
the 19
already
mark.
done loom as well, actually.
I think he was worried with his villager that was going forward to make the dock. He was scared that it might get lamed.
Yeah, so speaking about docks, actually, there's a dock up for Villese and 2 fish already.
And he's going for a second dock, it looks
Where's
like.
the dock from TaToH?
In the north?
There it is. Okay, I couldn't see it for a second there. Blue on blue. But a little bit later with that second fish. And as you said, the 3rd dock already coming up. Oh, sorry, the 2nd dock already coming up for Villese here. No more fish. This is important.
He can't afford it, right?
With an uptime this fast, you cannot afford to make more fish.
And to be honest, he doesn't really need it either. Like with that huge food income he had,
Yeah.
he could stall out for a little bit and he can just put some bills on Buffalo after he clicks up and then...
I mean, at the moment, it's like one villager gathering a buffalo.
Slowly gathering some food.
Everything else is quick, chop wood, quick, get gold. We need to. And 2 fire galleys are going to be coming out so
Instantly.
quickly.
Like, they're both going to be completed basically at the same time that TaToH reaches feudal age.
But does Villese know where the dock is?
He does.
He does. That's
Woohoo.
another important factor, right? Because that dock's a little bit out of the way. I wouldn't necessarily have thought it to be there. But, well, I guess it's not that far from the
TaToH's
CC,
got
actually.
barracks. He's going to drop the stable as well. So he's going for more of a mixed strategy. A little bit on water and a little bit on land, it seems.
Well, we'll see if that works for him. We'll see if it pays off. Because right now, that single dock will not be able to defend against the 2 docks of Villese and the 2 fire galleys that are already out on the map. But, oh no! No loom! Dead villager in the
still
back!
doesn't have loom.
And the feudal age scout comes in. It's down to 3 HP. That's surely going to die. But a villager pick now.
How does he still not have loom? He doesn't have the gold to do loom.
Wow. I mean, that's some aggression right there. Villese really maximizing his potential in this one.
That's just something you don't think about, right? Like once you
What,
get to
not
feudal
having
age,
the gold to do it?
no, yeah, you just don't,
Yeah, right.
you don't consider that, and then you forget about doing loom because you couldn't afford it, right?
Well, he's going to do it now. One villager down. They're actually even on villagers, and Villese will have a fish advantage, so he's still ahead even after losing that villager.
Right. It's just all
Sorry,
about
well, I mean, he's going to be one vill behind now.
well, 3 vills behind apparently.
What the hell? How did that happen?
That was just like, okay,
That was the UI bugging out.
that had to be, yeah.
Yeah, that was not possible.
It went from 20 to 23
Yeah.
back down to 21.
Right, so there's one vill behind, but he's 2 fish ahead, and
So-
he's actually going for the wall across the front because I think he knows now that there's more scouts going to be on the way.
Well, yeah, he hasn't scouted a second dock. He hasn't scouted any military boats on the field of battle.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it has to be scouts.
It has to
basically.
be. And he, oh my goodness, I said he might not wall this, and he's actually trying to wall it off.
Well, I feel like he has to do it, right?
Yeah, he's going to
He's
wall
got no
back
other
here,
choice, or else these scouts are just going to wreck him.
or back here, or like, yeah, he's doing it. He's doing
I
it.
feel like it'd be safer to wall towards the gold instead of right next to the stone.
Oh, and he sees them as well. That's important. What, walling to here?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
because this could be towered.
Right, and that sort of denies his main stone, which is something you want to make Mangadai at some point. But, ooh, those are good walls.
Ooh, this is good.
And the scouts aren't going to get in now.
Is there a hole anywhere? No, they're going back. Very
And then
nice.
he should have time to wall up on the far left-hand side as well.
Yep, the left side's got all the time in the world because those scouts have got a long way to run if they want to get around there. So this is actually pretty solid for Villese. Good start. He can now start to add some more fish, and in fact he's already added more fish. He's added 2 more. At the moment he's making sure, of course, number 1 priority, that the walls get completed. And he's done it. He's only gone and done it. So this is really good for the Finn.
Yeah, basically. This is exactly what we're saying is a possibility. He doesn't have to spend his food on scouts. He doesn't need to make spearmen or anything silly like that. He can just invest fully, make maybe a couple more boats, patrol the shorelines, make sure there's no sneaky docks, and then just fish boom hard, farm really hard, and straight to Castle Age.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that that demo raft was a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, didn't
Right
do too
there.
much.
The dock's gone, so quite a big investment for TaToH there. Taken out immediately. He only managed to get 2 fish out as well, so I'd almost argue that dock didn't even pay for itself. And
That could be true.
and I think Villese here is in a great position now to abuse the fish. Now, obviously, the scouts can harass the fish. They will harass the fish, but Villese can always move them away.
Or make a demo and just kill them all, right?
Or we could do that. Will he do that, though? He's
Or
not
send
doing
the
that.
fire,
I hope he
one
does
or two
that.
fire galleys back.
Hey, he just lost a fishing ship to some scouts, though. I mean, come on.
Feels bad now.
That does feel bad. But, yeah, he's spreading his units out really nicely, patrolling.
Where's that villager going for TaToH? Is he going?
Timing. That's a market from TaToH. He wants to go Castle Age, and
Yeah.
that scout has other ideas. He's like, no,
You may not build a
you may
market.
not build the market. And Villese kills the scout and gets out as
Okay,
well.
So they're back even on bills now.
Lovely stuff. And there's a spear. 1 spear. That's enough. 1 single spear. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what. If TaToH can get castle first and get a castle up, he can still pull this back. But
Well, Villese could buy himself up, but he doesn't have the wood for a market, I think.
that could be true too. There's a stable coming up right now. And I don't know. We don't have a blacksmith either.
No,
so
he doesn't have the second building.
yeah, Villese's eco management a little bit off.
Yep, he didn't take villagers off gold after he stopped making boats, it seems.
Yeah, he's got a lot of gold right now.
But TaToH sending a villager around the top of the map there. Those 2, and then there's 1 more. Where's she going?
She is going on a mission.
Redock, maybe? Try to take back water in Castle Age?
It is a
It looks
redock.
like it.
That's a nice dock place, isn't it?
It's
Sort of
neat.
hidden away behind the trees. I do wonder if Villese will find that. I've got a feeling he won't because
The scout might head over that way.
maybe, but he's mostly
Patrolling the
keeping
front.
his units on the front to see what's going on.
Well, that was where you'd expect there to be a dock, right?
Right,
You know,
exactly.
in like a little pond sort of space somewhere.
Right.
Instead, TaToH's just gone halfway around the map to do it instead.
Over here, off to the side. Meanwhile, Castle Age coming in for Villese as well, coming in at a perfect 20 minutes, around 20 minutes. I like that a lot.
That's a nice time.
Yeah, it's interesting. But Bloodline's coming in. Looks like we'll see a commitment into Knights then from Villese, unless he's just doing that. No, that has to be Knights. He's not on stone.
It's still in the 1 stable, though.
And an archery range.
Cav archers?
Cav archers could
It has
be.
to be cav archers. Why
Right.
else would you do bloodlines?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, he's doing Bloodlines, but he's just not got a second stable. So looks like we will see that. He'll spend down that gold then pretty quickly. And Castle Age is now in for TaToH. So TaToH will do War Galley, Demolition Raft, and Demolition Ship coming in after War Galley is completed. But I think you could argue that Vilese's water has already paid off for itself, whereas TaToH's water never really paid off. So this is still very good for Villese, but keeping those fish alive for as long as you can would still be better if you can do that.
Is TaToH dropping any TCs as well while it's in castle?
So I'm just enjoying the fire ships killing everything. One TC at the back.
Okay.
And Villese...
not castle yet.
Oh, Villese though. 3 archery ranges.
Wow.
He's committing here. This is full Castle Age commitment to Cav Archer. Let's go. Queue him up.
Queue him up, boys.
Nope, he's doing a TC as well. Not queuing anything.
Feels bad, man.
That feels bad. I was like, go on, do the 4th range as well. Go full Hun mode.
Oh. You never go full Huns.
And make all the Cav Archers. But no, he's going to make the TC as well. He's not going to go all in, much to our disappointment.
And then now the fish are all basically dead.
Looks like it. There's only one left. Thank you,
Dodgeka.
Yeah, I can't say that one. Sorry. Thanks for resubscribing. Much appreciate it.
Dodageka? I don't know.
I would say Dodageka. I would say. Anyway. But Villese here does 1 round of archery ranges. Boom, 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 boom. And then he's kind of low on res now.
Yeah, well, I think, has he already done 1 round? Or is that the first one?
That's the second round.
So that's the second
My
round.
bad. But still...
Forward Ville, so there's going to be a siege workshop.
The last one was right. We got it.
Well, you got it.
I
did not get it.
I did not got it. How to English with Robo.
How to Australian.
It, guys. Well, true. Australian is not considered English, is it?
No, it is not.
So Villese is going to try and raid. We've got camel out for TaToH. 1 singular camel.
No armor upgrades either. Those houses are a little bit ambitious trying to wall them out.
Oh, but it worked.
Well, he can always just
He'll lose a Ville.
kill
maybe.
the house again.
Whoa, he didn't lose a Ville. Slide in through here, though. No, he can't. Is there a hole? There is a hole, but he didn't commit to that. Okay. So far, a little bit underwhelming for Villese
I'm
here.
surprised that 1 camel is doing so much damage. Right?
Yeah, right. No armor, no upgrades, nothing. Just bam. Killing them off.
Naked camels killing the camels.
Naked camels. Think that. Okay. I don't want to think about naked camels. But
Well, all camels are naked technically.
these ones aren't. They have clothes on.
No, the person's wearing clothes. The camel isn't.
Anyway, TaToH is massively outnumbered here, and those Cav Archers can, in theory, instantly come in and pick off that monk and the camel as well, but they can't hit the camel because he's going back and forth too quickly.
He's juking too much, dodging all the shots.
I hear another monk, though. Just get a conversion.
That was
very fast.
That was fast.
That was very fast. Lucky. That's what that was. Villese, though, still idling those archery ranges a lot.
I think he's wanting to get siege and monks out at this point.
Yeah, right. Like, he's done this.
Got 6 or 7 cav archers. That's enough to, pick off bills here and there. Now he wants to get some siege and monks and really push hard. But now TaToH is back fishing. He's got 4 fish now on the north side.
Yup. Fishing away. Making it count for what it's worth. He did have to fight for that water back, and now he's got it. So, but he's not on the land. I like the way this is going for Villese
yeah,
more.
They're sort of just taking it in turns to do stuff, and I find that's really interesting.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Like, Villese has the water, TaToH has the land. TaToH has the water, Villese has the land.
Yeah, it's a nice dynamic, I think, to the game. It makes it different and interesting.
True, but I prefer to be in Vilese's situation right now with...
TaToH does have the 3rd TC and 10 extra bills. So.
True, but the potential for Villese to do damage here seems to be a lot higher at the moment, especially as this Mangonel starts to come in. That is a watchtower from TaToH, though, and Villese does not have enough forward villagers to really support this Mangonel if it comes under fire.
That tower can't really stop the Mangonel at this point, right? From where it is.
No, not from there, but I mean, like, you'd still ideally want to have maybe 2 villagers to try and repair your Mangonel if it does start to get attacked.
There should be like 1 villager floating around in that south corner somewhere.
Yeah.
That could come
There's
over.
1 here, but
yeah.
She needs to get over there stat. And meanwhile, a second Mangonel on the way, and the Rangers being re-queued again. So
And
it's
we've got
not...
the 3rd TC as well. So we're all equal on TCs now.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not all in, but it's definitely like a little bit more of a focus on aggression early on. and then instead of
Rebuild
committing to
afterwards.
it, it's like, okay, I'm still going to add the TC, and then I'll make sure that TaToH can't just get too far ahead in Villes if it doesn't work out. At the moment,
That is a lot of fish.
whoa, look at that. Villese is scouting it as well.
I like
Komodo dragon just
They're so
chilling.
cool. I love the graphics of that.
They're awesome. There's only 2 dragons in existence. Komodo dragons and bearded
Oh,
dragons.
but there's a counter mangonel coming out for TaToH.
Oh, there is. Let's see if we can do anything like that with that.
He's going to get one for free.
Boom.
Maybe get the second. No. Villese is on the ball. He sees what's happening.
Was he on the ball though?
Well, the
He
second
already
one
lost
is.
one.
That's why he's on the ball, because he lost one.
Right. If he was truly on the ball, he wouldn't have lost any.
Well, that's a bit unrealistic, Zach.
So he's going.
Players are only players.
Yeah. Oh.
One.
And
Attack round.
Villese is going to go in and maybe finish it with the cav. No, he can't. He can't. He will kill a Vil though. And wow, 1 HP on that mangonel. Let's see what he can do with that. Can he keep it alive? The dream.
The hero mangonel
He's
here.
got to avoid the mangonel. He's got to avoid the towers. He's got to avoid the TC. It's dead, but he does get to trade, so that's
right,
good.
But this tower's going to go up now. We might lose. Oh,
Well,
no.
I mean, he's sitting there with cav archer.
Like, there should be another mangonel coming by now. Unless TaToH just decided to not make mangonels.
He's just
Oh,
got
yeah.
one more, but I guess Villese's also not making more because he can't afford them. Because, well, he's got 1 million gold, but he has no wood because he's just seeded out a bunch of farms.
And he's got the stone for castle, so it looks like he's preparing the
4
transition into imp and just mangodize. It looks like. And TaToH also has a 4th TC.
Yeah, you have to make a 4 TC. It's the Mongols, man. How else do you play the Mongols? 1 TC all in
Well,
every time.
we sort of saw Villese do that when he was playing against Hera in the first round.
Yeah, that's true. I like that though. I like that style, but it just rarely pays off. It's too risky for most people, most players. Meanwhile, though, we will get that castle up from TaToH, and I don't think there's any way Villese is stopping that. He's trying. He's really trying, but it just doesn't have enough here, and that mangonel is too much of a threat with villagers behind it to repair.
Well, yeah, but I don't think there's any way for him to stop the castle. Like, the best you could hope for is to pick off some bills here and there, and hopefully not suicide the cav archers to the mangonel.
Yeah, that's always nice when you don't suicide everything. And oh my goodness, we missed this. All the fish are gone.
Yeah, wow.
All of them, apart from one.
That one seemingly moved. Where did those boats come from?
Which boats?
Like, because Villese must have made boats to push the ships, right?
Right.
These two? Or maybe, like, it was just a couple of cav archers that picked them all up?
I actually don't know. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask. But I think Villese, between 5 minutes ago and now, did something to kill those fish.
Like, I can see there's a couple of, like, scout cav corpses, right? Maybe scout cav just killed them all one by one?
I doubt that. I think that would take too long, right? But I mean, that's still kind of crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, it could have been demo ships for all we know.
Could have been. That's true. That's true.
But I don't want to believe that it was because then I'm sad that we missed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's queuing some more boats on
Maybe
the water
TaToH
now.
just needs some more population space, so we deleted them.
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
you know
He's pop capital already.
just over 100 pops, so
Yeah.
you've got to delete those fish
Yeah,
before you
exactly.
start getting housed.
Exactly. Well, we didn't miss anything at all.
No, okay, sure. Why not? So Villese is saving for his castle now, desperately like, get me a castle. I need put every villager on
I need
stone,
to make 2 castles.
every
at the same
villager
time.
on wood. I need all the castles. I've got a castle, 2 castles
Oh.
down here already.
2 forward castles.
Yeah, man, he's got the map control. Why not? Get me more castles, he says. I could just mine that gold, strip stone, strip mine it.
Okay, well, that's interesting, then, because now TaToH knows that there's at least 1 forward castle. Maybe he sees the second one too.
Nope.
No
idea.
just the 1 castle. But he's aware that there is going to be some sort of a push coming at some point.
TaToH is so far behind in this Imperial Age upgrade. I'm shocked.
Well, he spent a lot more on military, I feel.
And villagers.
And villages, that's true.
That's an extra 500 food on villagers right there.
True.
You know, that
Yep.
could
Plus
be the
the
difference.
villagers that have been killed in the raids.
Yeah.
So there's maybe another 5 or 10 there.
Oh, and speaking of raids, Villese has found himself a nice little spot right here.
Just chilling out, waiting
Sit
for the
behind
right
that wood
time.
line, waiting for some upgrades perhaps. With the cheeky scorpion out for TaToH as well. And there he goes, running into the castle. That's unfortunate. If he went around the left side, that would have been much better.
Yep.
But the Imperial Age is in, and that means that the Trebs will be coming out. And the 3rd and 4th castle will probably be on the way pretty soon, because
TaToH
He's got 1,000,000 stone miners, so it's fine.
TaToH's moving out towards like the top corner of the map, moving towards that gold, it seems. Is
This
there a
one?
castle? There is a castle.
Yeah, more castles. Coming
That's a
up
good
for
spot though.
both
That's on a
players.
hill, stone and the gold.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, these castles are in good positions on the hill, but they don't really cover any resources.
It's not just pressuring that gold there. And
Yeah.
there's also the one in the bottom corner.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like pressuring this area.
Which neither player has scouted.
Well,
So
never mind then.
they might know about that later. But hey, I forced TaToH to deal with these cav archers back here. And Villese now moving forward with the Trebs, moving forward with his Mangadai. Upgrades are looking in favor of Villese at the moment, actually.
Well, that makes sense. He's up to him. He's able to
Yeah.
get Bracer.
But not just that, Bloodlines, that's a huge
Oh,
one.
that's right.
Defense upgrade, everything. Looking good for Villese here as he pushes forward with 2 Trebs, goes immediately into attacking that castle. Meanwhile, north of the map, TaToH's taking control over here, grabbing the extra resources, while Villese pushes in with a castle behind as well. That's 3 castles now in the south area and 1 in the economy.
Like, this feels a little risky, right? All 3 castles in that one area. If Villese doesn't kill TaToH at some point, and if he loses control of that bottom corner, the game probably just is instantly over because he has no castles.
They're
no
all kind of
production.
forward as well, right? But I think this is Vilese's plan because he's that much faster to him. He can get the techs faster. TaToH can't really push into him right now. That's why he's up in the north, I guess, trying to raid a little bit. He's not going to find anything, but
Well,
he
he
can
can
maybe break a palisade wall.
Well, I think they've got the range. They can hit that wood line and probably the gold as well. If they
Yeah,
get into
maybe
that
from
corner.
here. Yeah, maybe from here. But that castle looks like it might go down, although there's actually only 2 Trebs from Villese, so it's not the fastest push. In fact, it's still going to be long enough for TaToH to get a Treb of his own coming out. So,
A second Trevor of his own. The first one died, it seems.
oh yeah, it did. You're right. But look at how many villagers he's bringing to repair this. TaToH desperately wants to keep that castle
Well,
up.
he has a 25 bill lead, right? So he can afford to spend 20 bills repairing.
Well, that's very true. Meanwhile, the Treb from Villese has taken a hit, and the castle's actually gaining health here. That's insane. And there is a 3rd Treb, but that's another Treb now for TaToH out. And the castle is still going up in HP overall.
The problem is, like, where is TaToH's army to defend the Trebs?
It's up in the north,
Right?
raiding that wood
Okay.
line.
Oh,
Whoa!
that's quite a few bills.
6 dead villas over there, and that castle is still standing.
I think those war galleys are also shooting.
Support from the water. Oh my goodness. I can't believe TaToH's keeping this alive. The stone is going down so quickly, but he's so determined to keep that castle going.
As soon as the castle's down, his Trebs are going to die, right?
Pretty much. I mean, Villese would just run in and steamroll this. 82 gold, 70 stone, 70 gold, 50 stone, 20 gold,
No,
stone. I
it's done
can't
now.
say.
It's done now.
You know
It's
what?
done.
I can't say stone. Every time I try and say stone, I say gold. There's something wrong with me. But the castle is gone. Hey, I tell you what though, those war galleys have done a lot.
And the other big thing is, like, TaToH's going to control his main goal, and probably those 2 Trebs should die.
Yes, I think so. There's 1.
Fine, repair it.
There's 2, and
Okay, so he lost 4 or 5 Mangadai for that?
well, all in all, I mean, TaToH lost what? 3 Trebs and a castle.
And a
But
ton
that
of
castle
stone
probably
repairing.
cost him about 1,200 stone because he repaired it
For so long.
so long. Yeah,
So I think Villese is probably well
this is
ahead
great
in
for
that
Villese
trade.
here.
The
Yeah,
main problem is just that he's raiding Mangadai in the back.
is that really the main problem?
Well, like, that's the only problem, I guess, with Villese at the moment.
Right.
And I soon this Skirm transition that TaToH's doing with his huge economy.
It's going to be tough for TaToH here because I think Villese has great momentum, and TaToH's trying to raid a little bit here, and he's doing a decent job of it, but this is not going to have as much impact as this, which
Losing
is the
castles,
Trebs. And
losing TCs.
exactly, like villagers can be replaced. That's okay,
Yeah. Castles can also be replaced, but it's not as cheap.
but it's a lot more finite, isn't it?
We say that, and then he instantly kills like 7 or 8 villagers here.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty good.
Do you think TaToH's nearly overboomed here though? I guess his resources are kind of lowish.
Well, to be honest, I think that's fine at this point, right?
I think, start going Hussar, but at this point it's hard because he's lost that gold now. He's losing this gold as well.
Well,
He's fortunately got the gold in the north.
Into Skirms, right? So he's already preparing for the trash.
That's
transition.
true. Oh, the TC from Villese with 1 villager. I'll get that TC. Eventually. One day.
One day, yeah. Like, Villese has dropped from, like, 115 bills down to 95 in the space of a minute.
TaToH also has the larger military as well. And oh no, he just
okay.
got cleaned up over here.
Okay, that's quite
That was a
unfortunate,
drive-by.
but I still think that those Mangonite paid for themselves. By far.
Oh yeah, with the eco rating, for
And
sure.
those bills, are they bill bashing down the trebs?
Oh, they are. Because the skirms are on the front line as well. And of course, Villese has to actually back. Oh, no way. Villese is going to lose 4 trebs right there.
To villagers.
To villagers.
To villagers.
Ouch. And you know what?
Quickly,
TaToH can
get the next
afford
one.
to lose those villagers.
Right, exactly. Okay, the skirms are slowly getting picked off, but
Oh my goodness.
okay, I think that last
That's brilliant.
That last treb will probably survive.
You think? Yeah, probably. TaToH
Maybe.
want to bring the vills back.
Because yeah, the skirms aren't going to kill it, right?
Wow, and that's the end of
Maybe.
Villese's push right
The
there.
skirms, they're trying.
Oh, 2 HP, and
Oh,
he's gone.
wow.
The Mangonite got the last hit.
Okay, that is.
And TaToH now has the score lead.
Yeah. Well, I guess what happened there was Villese had to send half of his army home to deal with the raid, right?
Yup.
He sent a lot of Mangonite back to deal with that, and then TaToH just sort of saw that the army was out of position and took that back.
This is really now not so great for Villese. I mean, I was thinking he'd have the momentum, he'd start to push through, but TaToH's rebuilding his castle here. He's rebuilt a TC here. He's reclaiming that gold. He's got the gold in the north, and he's had that for a while as well. And he's got this huge villager lead as well. However, Villese is now starting to switch into Hussar.
That's going to be a problem for the skirms.
That will be a huge problem for the skirms, and it will open up a lot of raiding options for Villese as well. Meanwhile, TaToH doesn't actually have Elite Mangonite. At this point in the game, he's still missing Parthian Tactics, and he's missing the Elite Mangonite upgrade as well. So that's kind of expensive. He's kind of low on resources right now, but he is popped at 200, so TaToH's doing something right. He's got a lot of military, but skirm's kind of weak.
And a lot of the boats aren't really doing a lot, right? Like, I think at the minimum you should delete fire ships, because they're basically useless. Like, the galleons have enough range to attack stuff, but like the fire ships can't really
Yeah, he's
affect
got
anything.
17 warships. He's
Yeah.
adding a few galleons because they can do quite a good raiding damage from the water.
I think that's fine, but like the fire ships, man,
Yeah, the fires. He's got 2 here.
And there's 3 on the right hand side of the lake.
Okay, yeah, they are pretty
That's
useless.
5
That's
population
5 pop.
for 3. Ooh, that trip is almost going down.
It's gonna survive.
And the skirms are coming back, realizing that they're out of position, bringing them around to protect the trebs.
Yeah, they were a bit far forward. So yeah, Villese might lose this castle here. Only 2 villagers to repair it. Oh no, there's more coming now because he has built these stables in the south. So this Hussar are now starting to come in. He's just lacking the +4 attack, but this is still great. He's fully upgraded everywhere else, and he can get in there. Meanwhile, TaToH doing Mangonite upgrades. While this engagement is going to go quite well for Villese, I imagine. Well, I imagine wrong.
Right? Those villas are just preparing the treb, and then the skirms just pick off. Like, it takes a while. Takes
I
a couple of
imagine
volleys.
far too wrong.
Yeah, this is not enough Hussar.
What is this?
6 Hussar are not enough against
8
20
vills.
8 vills and 25 skirms, apparently.
God damn it. Those villagers turning... These villagers have been like the MVP of the game. Repairing the castle, repairing the trebs.
Yeah, just stalling out,
TaToH's
and
just
waiting for his
saving
stronger
the day
economy
with all those villas.
to get going, yeah. Okay, but Villese's pushing in the north corner, wanting to take back that stone. Fair enough, stone is important.
So what we learned, yeah, exactly, Tendo. So skirms counter Hussars? Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
In small enough numbers, they definitely do.
Good fight here for Villese, though, and the scores are still pretty close at the moment.
You say fight when they're just murdering poor villagers just trying to
Yeah,
mine some
it
stone.
wasn't really it was a one-way fight, okay. Oh, and a big fight in the bottom. This is a fight this time. This is going to go well for TaToH again.
Yeah, that's stupid. You should never take that fight. Like, the galleons, the Mangonite, like... What do the Hussars in there?
And the Hussars can't even get to the trebs because the units in front of them are just kind of blocking. Really good trade for TaToH once again. And now I just want to bring some attention to the military count.
Yeah, it's significant. Like,
66 versus 20.
TaToH is still at 200 pop, where Villese is just barely touching 150. And there's still 2 random demos just
They could be
chilling.
useful.
They could be useful, just patrolling through the middle of the map.
Uh-oh.
But, once this 3rd castle goes down, because presumably this one dies and then the next one, TaToH gets that relic, gets the gold, hampers Villese's Mangonite production.
Yeah.
It's going to be a problem.
And I tell you what as well, actually, the boats here, it doesn't have many, but they've actually been quite impactful.
Yeah, the
Just
galleons
as
are pulling their weight.
extra range, extra damage.
And they're even just bodies like against the back to stop the hussars like surrounding them in a
That's
full
true.
circle, right?
Yeah, right. And they've got quite big hitboxes, so they can just sort of sit here and prevent them getting in. So that's really nice. Once again, Villese is going to go in to try and hit the Trebs. The Trebs are packing up, so we might bring them back.
There with the Mangadai, sort of like baiting them with the
And then letting the skirms die to buy time for the Trebs to get out.
Yeah.
Villese with a large
if
army.
Only
though.
one of those demos was on this side.
Oh, if only. Can you bring it over? Oof.
That would have been pretty good.
Not this time. Not today.
Okay, that is a big raid coming in though.
It is quite large. And the map at the moment is kind of split, actually, quite evenly. 50-50. Villese is moving out. That Treb's going to go. Well, I assume it would get chased down, but maybe TaToH's also looking in other places. He did a quick wall.
Definitely looking in other places.
Oh, yes. Oh, but he's
And
still
then
chasing
he still
it.
found this one.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's good. He's still locked on. TaToH paying attention all over the place here.
He's got
He's
such good
really on the
background.
ball. Would you believe TaToH's a top player?
Yeah, apparently. I've heard rumors to that effect.
There you go. He's going to get that Treb at some point. He's also raiding the stone and the gold here. The raiding for TaToH looking pretty good.
Yeah. And Villese's now got more bills than TaToH, but TaToH has got so many resources in the bank. He's fine to lose some bills to get more military population.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that another castle or is that a siege workshop?
It's a castle.
Another castle?
That is a castle.
I like that castle.
Yeah,
With the gold.
TaToH across the board has more resources right now. Plus an extra castle coming up, but it's already coming under fire by this Treb. Meanwhile, this castle from Villese, that's going to be a problem. Man, I love the galleons here.
Oh, I can see all the galleons in front of the coast.
Yeah, all like surrounding them, anything, just to block them.
I no longer like this castle. TaToH's castle is going to die.
Yeah, I don't know, he's bringing more villagers over. We've seen how villagers can save the day so many times. Can they save the day again against 3 Trebs? No, I don't think so. Oh, the demos!
Are here. Please remember that. Where's that trip going?
That one is going into the castle.
Nearly kills himself. Again.
No, that castle's going down.
For sure.
He'll run out of stone and it will die.
Yeah, I like that castle to begin with, and then as soon as the Trebs died, I know. Oh, the hussars just dying against the demo.
That was actually so cool. I'm surprised the other one didn't go off. It was like hiding behind the castle, so when they charged in, it was just waiting for them. But meanwhile, in the top, look, TaToH doing so much damage over here.
Getting fortified wall, but as far as I know, there are no stone walls on this map anywhere.
Misclick?
Okay, no, he's making 2 walls just there.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, here. Well,
That's actually pretty good, because that forces Villese's army to come past the water, past the heavy demos that he has now, past the galleons, past the fire ships.
I love the touch there, though, you know, like, I love that he just upgraded heavy demo just for the 2 demos that he had.
Right.
Meanwhile, though, this is a problem. He's raiding, he's taking the map control in the north, he's denying gold. Villese is not doing quite as much to that effect in the south.
And we also need to remember, TaToH has 4 relics, Villese only has 1. So...
Oh, wow, yeah, that's a big difference.
Long term? Ooh. Treb cutting though.
Who
Debated.
needs walls?
Debated. I guess they can still sort of just run past the middle or kill the bills.
Yeah, they could do a lot of things here, but that wall is not keeping anyone out at the moment. And oh, here we go. TaToH debating back to the water.
No, Villese is aware. He's
Not going to let himself get blown up by 140 damage there. That's enough to kill everything.
No, they're going to the Trebs.
No, they're going to their deaths. But this is going to be one of those games. I think we've seen a few games on this map where it's gone late and it's kind of been this way.
It's very stalemate. Like they just keep counter-raiding each other. Like one raids and the next raid.
Yeah.
Back and forth constantly.
I want to say Stark.
Yeah.
That was one of the
Stark
games.
and Villese had like a 2.5-hour game.
Yeah, so I think Villese is kind of like, you know, pretty familiar with how this plays out at this point.
The thing is, like in that
And
game,
he won that game against Stark.
He did, but he also had the relics, I think.
Ah, okay.
Whereas in this game, he obviously doesn't.
No, and what he does have at the moment is a bit more military population than TaToH, and I think that's going to sort of lead us into this essentially kind of a stalemate. And I think TaToH being on the water might be able to leverage that a little more, and maybe get some kind of advantage. I don't know. It's hard to say because Villese is like all on land, right?
Yeah.
And so if he stays away from the water, that's basically forcing TaToH's army to be idle and do nothing.
Yeah, he's just wasting 20-ish population.
But if he does fight on the water or near to the water, then of course TaToH's army is going to be much better with that with those galleons out there.
Hopefully TaToH's army stops being on stand ground.
Yeah, I mean that's been a theme, it seems. We saw that earlier as well with the fire ships.
Yeah.
On Atoll.
Around.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but.
Ooh, but it looks like TaToH cleaned up that army on the front. Pushing back
and
pretty
just
hard
as
now.
Villese was going for the gold as well, pushed back.
But I think Villese has found the south gold in the very bottom corner. Because I can see there is some red stuff there. Yep, he is slowly mining away at it.
He
This
is.
trash war is why I hate 1v1s. Well, it's not entirely trash. Like, the way these Mongol games go is, you get your massive 30, 40 Mangadai, and, you just keep them alive forever, and
Yeah.
you just have a huge horde of hussars running around in front of your
I love it.
Mangadai.
Yeah, I love that so much. And this is going to be a good fight here for Villese by the looks of things. He's got way more Hussar in front, and he can very quickly overwhelm TaToH once his meat shield is gone. And it's important to have that meat shield, isn't it, of Hussar?
Yeah. It's basically the only two units you make in these games.
Pretty much. And then in the south, you've got this, this contention for the gold. Like you said, this one's being mined away, which is great. This one in the north is now being denied as well by Villese.
There's not a lot of gold left in it, though.
Not a lot of gold left, but it is still gold, and gold
That's
is
true.
gold,
That's
right?
To be honest, I would be more interested in the stone at the top. Actually, no, maybe not.
84. Well, I think Villese is more interested in that too. The 84 stone seems to be more valuable to him right now.
Well, because just having that bit of stone to repair castles at some point.
Anything,
Handy, right?
And he's going to need it because there's a treb coming in now for this castle here.
I think he could probably kill that trip if he wanted to.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, but the demos.
Demo. There's
Yes.
3 demos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's going to be
So
huge.
his army's blocking the demos.
Bam, that one was huge.
Another one.
Oh,
That one
okay.
wasn't so good.
Well, still, that's a very, very good fight.
But he
for
still lost the
Villese.
treb.
Sorry, for TaToH. But yeah, he's got the treb in the end.
And
That's super
he
important.
mostly was just suiciding hussars.
Oh, and the raiding now. The raiding, the blinking lights on the minimap. It's lighting
Everywhere.
up for TaToH. It's like a Christmas tree. Wow. Yeah, Villese. That's a really important snipe right there. He will lose more to the demos. And let's be honest, they paid for themselves.
Basically, yeah. Like, the demo costs like 40-ish gold, and you kill 4 Mangadais that are worth 200 gold.
Right.
Fair trade.
It's just, yeah, it's great. Again, though, this gold here, the gold spots are really where the contention is happening at the moment.
Well, they don't even really care about mining the gold. It's mostly just denying their opponent from having it.
Well, yeah, both.
Right,
I
like
guess.
obviously having the gold is nice.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
this gold here would be nice, wouldn't it, if he was
Well,
mining it?
I don't
675 gold
understand
there.
why he isn't mining that one.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
be
know
honest.
either, because he's out of gold, right? He needs gold. But, I don't know. I mean, the water, it's such an interesting element to the map, because no one's really fighting through the middle. You can raid through the middle of the map. You see TaToH sending a small number of units now to go through the middle.
They sort of just snake their way around trying to find a path to get where they're going.
Right. And you can leverage the middle with the galleons, but all in all, the majority of the fighting is happening at the edge.
And like Villese, it's sort of too late for him to go on water. He doesn't have the gold to invest into getting more galleon,
No.
and then making galleons as well. So
And
that's
his
a
eco,
foregone.
his eco macro is for Hussar right now as
it's
well.
basically like
It's
60
mostly
farmers, and then
yeah,
everything else is on wood and gold.
exactly. So at this point, like it's just commit to the land essentially. That's all he has to do.
He just needs to try and stay away from the edge of the water. And
Yeah, this is not what he wants to happen.
And I guess another big problem is he doesn't really have any way of pushing other than raids, right? He's got no siege production. Because he's only got the 2 castles.
Mhm.
They're basically constantly spending all of his gold making more Mangadai.
Yeah,
he
neither
can't-
player has siege though.
So they can't really make trebs very easily. And they're not making rams, because rams die to both the units that they're both making, Hussars and Mangadai. So it's very much a huge war of attrition, trying to kill as many villagers as possible and as many units as possible, as efficiently as possible.
And they're both on identical Vil counts right now. Villese has a few less units killed, a few more units lost. But all in all, he's winning down again in the south. And in the north, once again, he's pushing back. 80 military versus 79. It's so close.
I wonder, like, how many Mangadai does each player have? Can we just quickly check that?
Yeah, sure. So we've got 22 for Villese, and we've got 48 for TaToH.
Right. That's going to be the big problem, though. Because with that massive Mangadai... Oh, the demo! Oh,
Too late. Too little. Too
so
late.
close. Is he going to wall those cav out, maybe? Some quick walls?
Nah.
No.
He could try it. He is TaToH. He could probably pull it off.
Like one quick wall and then forcing them to pass past the demo and then just boom. Would be so
true,
nice.
True. Look at this, though, actually. A bunch of cav just came in through the middle, and he did quick wall this.
And then
the Mangadai just
threading them.
Yeah.
Like rapid fire machine guns just pumping out arrows at them.
Yeah, they get wrecked. They do get wrecked. But that has also opened up an opportunity for Villese to push through here. Oh, I thought you meant this trebuchet. That's a house.
Well, there's one dead trebuchet underneath the units, and then there's
Yeah. Oh boy, it's going to be really difficult to break this. I mean, Villese right now, he's got more map control, which is nice. I feel like maybe some more stables a bit closer to TaToH would be better as well, so he's not got to travel so far.
Could be an option.
Sending in another raid or trying to. I'm just curious because there's still so much gold left in his base, which he's kind of ignoring. I guess he's just forgotten about it somehow.
Yeah, clearly. But like 600 gold, that's a lot of Mangadai you can make.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of gold here as well, which neither player can get. It's kind of out in no man's land at the moment.
Yeah. No one's possibly able to get that until they're basically won the game at this point, I think. Because they're never going to give that up, really, and neither of them can afford to make a castle.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just not possible. And
Yeah.
well, there's this castle here from Villese, but it's too far away.
Yeah, it doesn't directly affect the gold.
No. Still, 2 battles, 2 fronts going on. Both players kind of stalemating at the moment, really.
That's Treb there for TaToH.
This one
Yep.
could go down.
Those Mangadai could snipe it pretty easily. They take a lot of losses, though, to do it, but they could do it.
They could run in to snipe it. I mean, at this point, you've got 2 castles left. You really don't want to go down to 1.
No. Definitely not.
Okay, they're going to snipe it. There you go. 2, 3 volleys.
Right, 3
They took
volleys.
a lot of damage.
Like, I feel like TaToH needs to stop just throwing away all these Trebs, right? He needs to mass 3 or 4 of them and then make one big push with them. Because a single Treb is too easy to snipe off and it doesn't do enough damage quickly enough. But 4 Trebs unpack, instantly your castle loses, you know, a quarter of its health in like one single volley.
Yeah.
And then if you pick off 1 Treb, there's still 3 more that keep shooting.
Yeah, definitely. And well, yeah.
And the problem is just, you know, saving up for 4 of them. But
Exactly. At this
you just
point-
make them one at a time until you've got a couple, right?
True. I mean, at this point in the game, it's going to be easier for TaToH to start building more Trebs because he's got those 4 relics. He's got
And
that
he's
constant
getting this
trickle of
gold as well.
I'm surprised he's on this
And
one.
there's even that random scorpion that we saw earlier.
Where?
In the middle of the Mangadai.
Oh, yeah. You've got to put that to use somewhere, right?
Right. It was just sort of idling in his base forever since like
That's brilliant.
20-minute mark.
And every time that you think, oh, Villese is starting to push back in the north, it's immediately pushed back again by TaToH.
And TaToH's got they've got almost equal Mangadai numbers, I think, down here.
It's really close.
But there's more stables for Villese. So he's
Why?
gonna.
No. It's way more Mangadai for TaToH. Look,
Oh, okay. Never mind
like
that.
twice as many Mangadai for
Oh,
TaToH.
but look at the scorpion making plays.
Oh, big damage! It's even got the chemistry upgrade.
Just for the scorpion.
Yeah. 13 damage. Wow, look at that. Penetration. Straight through. But yes, let's say, TaToH has a lot more Mangadai here. It's a bit misleading because they do group
They do
up.
stack up really well. That's
Yeah,
true. That's
they
true.
stack up a lot.
No, Mr. Scorpion, don't go too far forwards.
Mr. Scorpion.
Stay
Is that
back.
his name?
Yeah, it's Mr. Scorpion now.
Alright. I would call it Scorpio, to be honest. but
Scorpio?
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. We can go with that.
We'll go
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Scorpio the Scorpion.
Yep, just sitting behind the Mangadai, just doing all that pass-through damage.
Actually, probably done a lot of damage.
Right?
Like we were kind of joking at first, but now I'm thinking actually this Scorpion's MVP.
Yeah.
Wasn't Villese winning earlier? Yes, he was.
Well, they both sort of
but
alternated
they're both
in
kind
winning.
of winning now.
Yeah, like during like feudal age, TaToH was kind of ahead for a little bit, and then Villese was ahead, and then TaToH was ahead, and then the same in Castle Age. It was sort of going back and forth, back and forth.
I'm gonna hotkey this Scorpion.
So we can keep an eye on Scorpio.
We can look at what's happening in the north and then go, bam! It's dead. Oh, it's gone. No, it's not. What? It didn't work. You can't control it.
Because you're on the other person's point of view.
Ah, right. Yeah, of course. Okay, there we go. Now it works. All right. So we can be up here and we'll be like, oh look, Villese is pushing, but Scorpio's still alive.
Hoggers.
Oh, I just said he's still alive. Oh look, he's bringing it back. He's bringing it back.
Come on.
He's grouping the units with it. Go on.
The Mangudai.
No, not like this. No. Scorpio.
No.
Scorpio.
Oh.
That's sad.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
He was our hero.
Rip Bible Thump in the chat.
F Mr. Scorpio.
We will remember him. He did so much damage.
I really wish we could have kill counters for units.
Look, at this stage of the game, when it's this much of a stalemate, you've got to find fun in the little things.
Now chemistry is useless. Yep. Confirmed. Such nerds, such wow, that's us.
Yep, we're nerds. Anyway, the nice thing here for Villese is that he has a great hill to fall back to. And I think that's why TaToH is having such trouble. I mean, first of all...
honest, I don't think TaToH cares. Like, as long as he's mining that gold, I think he's happy.
Well, I was going to say, first of all, he's kind of sitting here protecting the gold. But it's still not so straightforward to just push up this hill into all these units on the hill.
He doesn't need to push right now. All he does is he needs to keep mining that gold, mass the trebs, and then push in later, right?
True, actually. He's not queuing any trebs right now.
He's got a lot of gold in the bank, though. He can afford to make more trebs.
He can afford them. Villese, meanwhile, has 100 gold in the bank, and he's still got 600 gold sitting in his base. Oh, and these gold villages got cleaned up. Or did they get deleted?
No, they have to be cleaned up. You wouldn't delete villas that are mining gold.
Surely not.
Surely not.
That looks a bit suspicious to me. Crime scene investigation here. No, it looks like they ran away to escape, and then they were killed. So yeah, they weren't deleted.
I would guess just some idle hussars just sort of found their way down there and killed them.
Yeah. A little bit of CSI coming into the cast as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have got Villese here trying to hold on, but the Treb is out, and obviously... Oh, you got to protect that Treb! You've got to protect it, and I think you will, actually.
I don't think hussars can kill the Trebs fast enough. The biggest threat is, you know...
The Mangudai just coming in and going, boop!
Yeah, just like, you know, killing it in 2 volleys. That's the threat.
But the advantage here for TaToH here is that he's got the larger mass of Mangudai. So... it doesn't really matter too much if they run in, because his Mangudai should be able to snipe them, but now he's lost the Treb.
And he's throwing away a lot of Mangudai there, running past the enemy Mangudai.
Yeah, right.
Like, look at all those bodies just piled up there.
Raids going on in the back of Villese's base. Villese's got the villager lead. Military lead still in favor of TaToH at the moment.
Very slightly. Those galleons are still picking away from the waterline.
Oh, man, I wish we had like a kill counter to just see how many units they've killed or how much damage they've done. Yeah, damage done would be huge. They're like kind of like mini rams as well. 8 pierce armor and 165 health.
Yeah.
Like that's 4 damage.
100. Yeah. They decide to shoot them.
Right, and that's just like helping to tank a little bit. It's not as good as a ram, but it's still something. I mean, they fire back as well.
Yeah.
And they do 8 damage per shot in return.
It looks like TaToH's doing a big raid in the top corner that we briefly saw.
Oh, here, yeah. He's probably running past that gold thinking, Villese, what are you doing?
Why is there gold here?
Why is there
I'm
gold
trying
here?
to raid the villages on the gold.
Like, I'm fighting tooth and nail to get this gold down here, and there's gold in your base, which you're not even mining? What is this?
Maybe he pushes Villese's base so they can take the gold.
Maybe he switches direction now. Although there is still more gold down here, so we're fighting for this one for now. But yeah, at the moment, as I say, it's still so even, but geez, TaToH nearing 100 military now, as his villager count drops a little bit.
I think he's okay at this point. Like, he's got a little bit of food income. Like, he's closing a tiny bit of food, so he's able to keep making hussars. He's still got a bit of gold, so he's still making Mangudai and Trebs in the background.
Villese is making a bit, or has a bit more food floated though. Nice raid.
the fact that now that TaToH's below 100 bills, raids are going to start to hurt him a lot more than they did previously.
Yeah, right. He'll feel that later down the line as the resources start to dry up and he's not replenishing his units as fast. This is a
TaToH's
mess.
just ignoring the hussars, going straight for the Mangadai, trying to pick off as many as he can.
And I love the way that he's using these shallows as well, because it makes a really nice choke point for him to sort of stack the Mangadai up.
Right, and the hussars just can't really get to them properly.
Exactly, and that makes TaToH's hussars much more effective in theory. And I think that ended up being a good fight for TaToH right there.
The only problem is the big castle in the background.
Just, yeah,
looking
firing
over
away.
everyone's shoulder.
Yeah, you know, castles don't actually benefit that much from hill bonuses.
It doesn't do a lot.
Only the first arrow gets the bonus from the hill. So a castle will fire 5 arrows, right? And it would do, if it had no attack upgrades, it would do 55 damage. With the hill bonus, it does 58.
Whoa.
2% increase from being on a hill. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Yeah, so you know, castle on the hill, great for defending against siege. Not so great at doing damage to units. It still does good damage, of course, because it's a castle, but, you know, doesn't benefit as much as you'd think. You learn something new every day. It does fire a lot more arrows when it's got Mangadai in it, though.
True. And the castle does more damage than the Mangadai do as well, so that makes sense to garrison in it when you're nearby.
Exactly. Can't be said for Chukonu, though. Chukonu don't do much at all. They're much better out of the castle than in it.
So I saw someone mention in chat, why didn't TaToH go for Cannon Galleons? Because they're a very expensive thing to tech into, because like you need to spend 400 gold, I think, just to unlock them before you can make any to begin with.
Expensive, and it's 200 gold each, right?
Right, so it's basically the same cost as a Treb, and the problem is like they die just as quickly to Mangadai and Hussars, right? Because like the fact that there's all the shallows in the middle, it's so easy for the Mangadai to just, you know, run out on one of the shallow bits and just volley it down, right?
Yeah, for sure. They could easily get out there.
Yeah.
So it's even a bit harder to defend.
Yeah,
if anything.
You can't as easily get all your army in that position. Like in some ways it helps. You can use your demos and stuff in tandem with it, but in other ways it's not as easy, right? So it's like a win-loss sort of situation.
Yeah, precisely. With regards to demos, that was okay.
Yeah, that was 4 Mangadai.
With regards to the castle thing, I mean, it was more of a trivia. I'm not saying that you should place your castles in pits because...
No, you always put them on
You always put them on a hill because the most important thing is the defense bonus they get. It's not about the damage they do. But
the damage
it was just, you know, it's just trivia. It's a trivia.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to talk about while this game goes on.
Yeah, keep chat entertained, right?
Right, exactly. Are you not into trains? TaToH going for a big raid in the north, and it looks like Villese just isn't fielding the units he once was. He's at the absolute limit on food.
And he's got no gold, basically. He's even running fairly low on wood, right? Like, 700 wood is not a lot to have in the bank at this stage of the game.
No. Not at all.
And he's got almost no cav archers, it seems.
So much death here. And destruction. And there's the raid from TaToH coming in as well.
I feel like TaToH should just try to raid through the middle. Like, run across the water and then find a hole instead of running past that castle.
I'm sure there's a hole somewhere, yeah.
Or you just
get
kill
in
a
there.
palisade gate somewhere, right? Oh, well, that's all open.
Or maybe he could run across this side and go across here and, like, through here or something, right? I don't know. Just an idea to get to this
ways
eco.
to get into this area,
but he's overwhelming Villese in the south, and
there it goes.
That was it. I mean, these games are, you know, it's so crazy to me how these games go. It's like stalemate, 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 and it's over. As soon as one player starts to flag, as soon as one player doesn't replenish their units quickly enough for you know, a minute, the game's done. It just snowballs out of control almost instantly. And I think it's really a interesting fact here. Look, both of those gold mines have nearly... It looks like they've got the same amount of gold. Never mind, they don't. As I was saying, it's really just a intense game, right? And it's less of a sort of war of micro and macro at this point. It's more of a who can mentally last the longest, because someone is going to tire mentally first, and whoever that person is going to their APM is going to slow a little bit. Their focus is perhaps going to slip a little bit, and then before you know it, the game's just gone. So there you have it. Well played, TaToH. It was a good game, though. I think Villese did a really good job in the early game. It looked really promising for him, but TaToH managed to hold on, keep it together, and in the end took that game with 1,122 units killed and 984 units lost.
That is quite a lot of kills.
Yeah, good analysis, Robo.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kills. I just went to the wrong thing, so let's go there, and we can take a quick look through the stats. I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Nice. I'll just keep chat entertained.
Just keep talking into the mic.
Okay, yeah. So there's not much to say about these stats. Basically, 2,000 kills, 2,000 deaths between each of the two players. TaToH, towards the end of the game, it's basically just his massive Mangudai just slowly wearing away at the Hussars, getting free kills here and there, picking off units, and just trading really, really efficiently. Continuing on from that, TaToH so far ahead in the gold count. That's insane. 7,000 more gold is kind of crazy for this sort of a game style. And like food-wise, it makes sense for Villese to have more food, obviously, because he wasn't making as many Mangudai. He needed more food to keep making Hussars to replenish the units that he didn't otherwise have. Most of these stats aren't too useful. Like, the early Imperial Age for Villese should have allowed him to win the game, I think. He just didn't push effectively enough. Like, I guess TaToH did a good job getting masonry and then making a ton of vills repair the castle. That sort of just stalled out that Imperial victory. And Zach is now back. I was just saying, TaToH has 7,000 more gold gathered, which is, yeah, pretty insane.
That makes a very, very big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
You know, extra siege, extra Mangudai. I think it was really the Mangudai in the end. I mean, I wish you could see like a breakdown of how many units they had in the game. You know, at the end of the game, it would be so cool if you could see number of Hussar made, trained,
in total, yeah,
or number of Mangudai trained. Like, those kind of stats would be really valuable to have. Look at this, though. Like, TaToH's military population, it's like...
Sort of just constantly creeping upwards.
On the rise the whole game, yeah. And Villese's was a bit more like, up, down, oh, wait, yeah, are we coming, are we going?
So the relic gold was about 6k for TaToH and 1,500 for Villese, which is, 4-to-1 makes sense. It's roughly... It's 4-to-1 ratio, like almost perfectly.
It's huge. That makes such a big difference over the course of the game.
Yeah.
So there you have it. GG indeed. We are going to go into game number 4 in just a second here. Hill Fort coming up next. And this one would be TaToH's home map. And this game, they don't need to pick from the Civ pool. So they can take Aztecs. They can take... well, they could take Spanish as well if they wanted to, which seems to be a popular pick.
If you like something like Mayans, for instance.
They could take anything else as well. So there's a lot of options. They could go for Turks if they wanted to do a fast castle drop Turk Janissary push.
Or fast imp.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they probably wouldn't do that. But let's go into the game and find out. And there you have it. 2 very different civilizations. 2 civs which we haven't seen at all this tournament stage. Not tournament, but...
We've seen Mayans once, actually.
Did we?
Yep, on one of the toll games.
Oh, yes, I remember. I remember we did see that. Yeah, I can't remember who.
Somebody had Mayans on
Atoll. You're right, they did. But regardless, we've got Mayans again here, and that's going to be Villese. He's playing in the red. He's playing to the south of the map. And then to the east of the map, you've got TaToH in the blue, playing as the Britons. What an interesting Civ matchup.
I feel like Britons is a very strange choice.
Right.
Like,
absolutely.
What do the Britons have that Mayans don't?
Faster gathering from water buffalo.
Okay. That's
cheaper
fair.
Town centres. Sorry, I just hit the mouse. Cheaper town centres.
Okay.
So I'm like bashing the table to make my point here.
Those are nice bonuses for sure. But like,
yeah.
The mine economy bonus is obviously incredible.
Well, when you've got rhinos, it's even better.
Right.
When you've got water buffaloes, it's even better because you've got more food to get longer-lasting resources.
Exactly.
On.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. Like mines have so many more resources. Plumes are, I think, probably clearly a better unit. Are you
trying to tell me that the plumed archer is better than a crossbowman
or a longbowman?
Or a
yeah, I think so.
I think you might be right on that one, Robo.
And like in late game, like you've got siege rams, like that basically count as everything that Britons make, except for champions.
Yeah.
But plumes counter champions.
Do you know a plumed archer can win uphill against an equally upgraded arbalest?
Really? Because of how much extra HP it has?
Because it's
and the
extra
piercer?
HP and it's extra armor. Because armor is taken off of the bonus damage before the bonus damage is calculated, not after. Makes a big difference. So plumed archers are good. The only downside, of course, is you need a castle to make them.
Whoa.
And
you're always going to make a castle as mines, right? That's not really a problem.
Yeah. That's not really a problem at all. The point is it takes you a bit longer to do that, and maybe that's an opportunity for the Briton player to make a play.
I guess just going like FC crossbows. It's like, you make 2 rangers. As you go up, you make 6 archers. You get crossbow and bodkin instantly.
I mean, if we pretend this is Arabia... Sorry, not Arabia, I mean Arena. That's something that you might see the Briton player doing. They might even make an archery range in the feudal age and start making archers while they're on the way up to castle,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And then they can try and use that extra range to try and prevent stuff from happening by putting the archers outside. Maybe we'll see some kind of a tower or something. But, I mean, all in all, I mean, you can't take the Britons to the late game necessarily against the Mayans because they don't have siege ram either. Which is a problem. In that kind of situation, you've got to have that. And then, of course, the Mayans, if it really came down to it, they could even go for some eagle warriors, which would be better than any sort of thing that the Britons could...
Like, Britons basically have to go for like some combination of longbows or arbalests, champions, and trebs.
Yeah.
Basically.
Which is very good. I mean, I think people underestimate the Britons a lot.
Like, they're definitely... fine, like a unit composition, but I feel like Mayans with just siege rams and plumes basically counts as all of that. Basically by itself, right?
Exactly.
You might have a couple of eagles running around for raiding and sniping stuff, right?
So the challenge here is really for TaToH to do the damage earlier.
I feel like or be up faster with like a better boom or something like that.
Something like this, or find some kind of... The one thing that we have to consider about this map is the way that the map is actually designed. It pushes you away from the safety of your hill fort.
Yes.
So this is a very safe area of the map, and the gold and stone will last you a long while, but the wood and the food won't. And you'll need to eventually move out quite far away from the safety of that town centre. And... You do have the gold and stone on the hills, but then after that, you've got to go out a bit further away, especially for securing wood. And maybe that's where TaToH could try and raid or something. But the problem there, of course, is that the plumed archer, not only is it got more health and more armor, but it's also faster. So it's actually really maneuverable and great at raiding as well.
And I think like the other problem here is... like, Villese wants to obviously do his castle drop, right? And TaToH sort of has to do something, I feel, to deny that castle drop or slow it down, right? So either some sort of feudal aggression.
Towers.
Yeah, like...
he's already on stone, look.
Or maybe he's...
Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah.
He's 24 Vils, ignore me.
He's probably going to do FC longbows, and then boom.
I was like, he's going to do towers, because you were like, he's got to do something to stop this. I was like, do a tower rush. No, he's not. It's way too late.
Yeah, it's way too late for that. But, like, longbows, really? Defending against plumes? Like,
I don't like it. I mean, defending, sure. I mean, if you can always move back out of range, then that's fine. But you can't push out with them. They're way too slow. They'll get mopped up.
I feel like it, yeah. And I guess, like, the cheaper TCs means he can get booming a bit faster to support his longbows, but...
But then, the Mayans are so cheap that they don't need a massive boom to support plumes, right? This is rough, and it's such a perplexing decision from TaToH to go with.
But the thing is, like,
here.
we know that TaToH is a good player and a smart player.
Yeah, he
right?
is.
So he has to.
He has a game plan.
Well, he has to have some sort of a plan.
I think Villese will play very standard, and I think what we need to do is watch TaToH very closely this game to see what he does.
But like, I've just got no idea what he is planning to do. Like, if I had this sort of a matchup on an arena style map, I'd be like panicking. Like,
right.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Maybe you fast castle into forward castle into petards.
Against the palisade walls.
Yes. Right, into their castle and kill it with petard. No, that's a silly idea. But
this map is Hill Fort, by the way, people.
Yes, Hill Fort. It's a fun map. I like this map, actually. We've seen quite some different style games on this one as well.
Yeah, everyone plays it slightly differently. Like the same general idea, but then what they do in terms of like spreading out to the map and taking map control, they all approach it differently.
This is interesting. Villese has built the blacksmith and market here on the front against his wall. That's blocking a potential castle position. Unless he builds it here.
I was
more
assuming
likely
the castle would be at the back to defend the golden stone, right?
Exactly. It's more likely to be back here. That just sort of confirms that. But that also means that this gold is not defended by a castle for later. Well, unless he builds another one later.
Right, yeah, he can delete those palisades and make a castle on the right corner later if he needs to.
So we will see. Obviously, we've got a lot of stone coming in for TaToH, and that looks like it's just going to be your standard sort of fast castle into a castle drop.
Yeah.
But interestingly, a lot more farms up for TaToH. He's sort of eating his way through his water buffalo a little bit faster, perhaps. But there you go. Yeah,
well,
Villese is seeding them out now.
Of course, he would eat through them faster. A, his Britons, and B, longer-lasting buffalo.
Of course. Rover, you're so smart.
I know. Thank you. I love it when you say that.
Yeah, I'm just sort of setting you up there. I'm setting you up. You knock them down. I'll say things that lead you into saying smart things. How about that? I'll lead you to
That's
water,
perfect.
and you will drink.
Excellent. This is Arena in disguise, kind of.
Kind of, actually. It's interesting though because unlike Arena, you're on a hill, so you kind of have that defender's advantage guaranteed.
And in the default version of this map, it's like a 50-50 chance to get stone walls or palisade walls.
Which is fun.
But for this, we decided to just make it purely palisade walls.
Only.
Because that makes it a little bit more
For
options,
sure.
right? Like, you can do a feudal rush with towers and man-at-arms if you
And we've
really
seen that,
wanted to.
actually. Players have done that in this tournament.
Yeah,
So-
like they've gone forward aggressively in feudal age. Like, that is a thing that you can do thanks to the palisade walls.
Right, exactly. So both players are going to be up 1 second between them right now. We've got gold mining coming in for TaToH, the gold mining upgrade being researched now. I almost feel like that could be considered too early. With only 4 villas on gold, it doesn't really have much of an effect at this stage. But, he might transition these villagers over to gold after they've built the castle. I don't know.
Well, I think he's probably going to go make a TC as soon as that castle's finished.
Well, I would think so too. He's still mining stone, look.
Yeah, he's almost got the 100 stone for the second TC.
Yeah.
Probably on one of the wood lines off to the side or the back. If he has one at the back. I don't think there is one.
I think maybe over here.
That would be good, yeah. Gold and the wood.
Sort of best location
that,
for him.
yeah.
He's scouted it a little bit, but he doesn't know there's a wood
not
line
wood.
there.
That's the problem.
That could influence his decision. But either way, there's going to be a castle coming up on the front for him, the castle on the back for Villese, as expected. And both of them building it with a relatively small number of villagers. They're not like rushing it up.
And TaToH's doing a really early wheelbarrow.
He's got a lot of farms.
He does have a lot
actually.
of farms.
He's already got 8 farms. That's going to pay off pretty quickly once he gets 4 more farms.
He has far more than 8 farms. He has far more than 8 farms.
He has 10 farms.
Yeah.
11 farms. I think they weren't farming.
Yeah, I think they were reseeding the farms.
Yeah, they were
so
reseeding.
builders.
So
yeah,
that's correct. So that's already paying for itself. That's really good. There's the longbow production. That's interesting, isn't it?
Well,
I mean,
obviously,
I'm going to be actually shocked and amazed if TaToH can win this with longbows against plumes. I think that would just be... This would be a game for the history books if he can actually somehow win this engagement here.
He seems to have a better economy at this point. Like, well, not really a better economy, a different economy.
4 bills behind, but of course 3 of those are accounted for by wheelbarrow.
Right, and also like he's already doing bodkin arrow, so he's deciding to go more aggressive than normal. Right?
Yeah, I think
that's
this is
why
all
he's
in,
got all
really.
the bills on food, right?
Yeah, university look.
Early ballistic.
This is
1 TC Britons.
Yeah, 1 TC, kind of all in. He's got 3 bills on stone still, so maybe he'll follow this with towers, and he'll do guard tower at the university, or he might go for another castle a bit later on.
I feel like another castle is more likely.
Yeah.
Like in the middle somewhere to secure more space.
I agree, and
Makes
he's
the
going to
most
see
sense.
as well. This is TaToH now scouting the left side. Did he see that? He didn't see that TC, did he?
No, he didn't.
So he just missed the TC. So he doesn't...
Well, he saw the Vills walking that way, so he knows that there's something on that side.
True. Doesn't know anything for sure. Meanwhile, so Villese here can't really do much damage with these plumes because TaToH has no exposed villagers on the outside.
Like, he maybe pick off like 1 bill on a wood line.
He's moving out.
Potentially. Okay, so it looks like TaToH's going for a TC.
Yeah, he's moving out on the left side. Okay, I really thought it would be like an early ballistics here.
Me too. Like, why else would you make the uni that soon? Or else
Thinking
you could have
maybe-
made the TC 2 minutes faster, right?
Yeah, I'm still thinking maybe guard towers are on the cards here.
I feel like that's a bit of a silly decision, honestly.
Mm.
Like, I don't like the idea of doing that very much.
No, nice quick walls here though, because he knows the plumes will probably make it through. His longbows,
Just roaming around.
I mean,
trying to
he's
find
got
something.
good upgrades here as well. You know, compare that to Villese. He's got the +1 defense extra, which is great. He's obviously got the extra range thanks to being Britons. That's a dead villager.
Why? That seems a bit stupid to break down the gate.
Oh,
Why would you attack a gate and not the palisade wall?
I don't know, man.
It's got 150 extra HP.
Bigger target, less likely to miss.
I guess longbows do have
You
average
can't
accuracy.
well, you can't miss at that range, but yeah. But yeah, that's gonna fail for Villese there.
and book up ballistics coming in.
Oh, it is coming in. There you go. Okay. He just wanted to get the second TC first. He's actually really far behind in Vils, though, because Vilese's already got the third TC up. And deleting the walls. This is a trap. There's no way out.
Debated, because he was still attacking the wall while the plume started to attack.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. There's no way TaToH can win this fight.
Oh,
You can't escape. The plumes are too fast.
They've got too much HP. They've got the free +1 pierce armor, basically.
Yeah, right. Like with the +1 here, they've got +2 now. I mean, this is just going to be this is absurd.
Like
This is absurd.
your only benefit as Britons is the longer range, essentially.
Yeah. You know, I think that maybe TaToH was expecting something else. It's the only thing. Like maybe he was expecting Aztecs or something.
But wouldn't like Spanish? Like sorry, wouldn't mines again be fine against Spanish?
Against Aztecs?
Or yeah, like against any sort of monk push. Like you're doing the exact same strategy, but mines are just all round probably better.
Probably. I mean, it's a tough one. It's
Right,
a really
like
tough one.
Aztecs, if they're doing monks, they're going to switch into eagles at some point, and then your longbows are useless, right? So then you have to switch into champs as well. Whereas with mines, plumes are still pretty good against eagles once they're fully upgraded.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're sort of talking about like Aztecs here. Like they could be a real possibility on this map.
And same with Spanish, right? But like mines are still going to be good. Like, I feel like mines would be equally as good, if not better, against most civs.
Yeah, I agree with that. Against the Spanish, they would do fine. Against the Aztecs, they would do fine. It's a much safer pick, I think, than the Britons.
Yeah, that's basically my feelings.
But still, we've got TaToH pushing out on the left side now. Again, he's going to get caught out here. He can't escape. There is no escape. Well, there is actually, because Villese doesn't have ballistics yet, but he's still going to pick them off. Okay, yeah, there's more longbows coming, so he'll run away. Oh,
The longbow's actually a lot slower at firing as well. I've just realised.
there's a lot of differences between these units. Apart from the fact they're both archers, that's kind of where the similarities end, really.
They both cost wood and gold.
You've got completely different range, you've got different health, you've got different attack, you've got different armor. Like, it's a very different unit altogether.
So, okay, clearly I think Villese's got a second TC. Sorry, a third TC as well.
Yeah, he
They're
has.
up
Yeah,
to here.
we saw that earlier.
TaToH's still only on the 2. Ooh, that's a nice castle. I like that, on that hill.
On the back, yeah.
Yep.
Really protective of that flank.
So TaToH's just the 2 TCs. He's saving up for Imp. He's trying to go up really fast, it seems.
Yeah, he's getting closer, isn't he? And we said that he probably needs to win this game sooner rather than later. This 2TC faster Imp could be something to work with. I think he's really thinking, right, I need to abuse the range of my archers. That's the main thing, because as soon as Villese gets close, he can close the gap and he can make sure
And
I
then his better
don't
units
get
just
out.
destroy me.
Like this, right? Now, good micro by TaToH, it has to be said. And in fact, with these units coming in from the side, it's actually going to work out reasonably well for him. But, I mean, reasonably well.
Like, they're still basically equal in KD.
Yeah.
But the plumed archers are so much cheaper than longbows,
And
right?
it could have been so much better for
And
Villese if he didn't spend that time microing. That's the
and
point.
also
yeah.
remember that TaToH spent more resources on upgrades, getting ballistics.
That's
for
true,
instance.
and also no, they're even everywhere else, yeah. But anyway, we've got a second castle coming up now. We've got the Imperial Age coming in, and well,
Not
there's
that
just a
much
minute
faster.
behind.
And he's
So
almost 20 bills behind.
yeah, this is Villese's game right now, isn't it? I think
like
this
it.
is going to be such a steamroll once he reaches Imp, but
Like, TaToH has to do something different. I don't think he can just keep making longbows and then just expect to win.
yeah, I mean, Villese's probably wondering what is going on right now. He's like, whoa.
Like, he's probably thinking to himself, do I switch into eagles now? Or maybe is he expecting that and he's doing champs in secret in the back or something?
Well, chat saying Warwolf on plumes. 100% Briton accuracy
Warwolf
with
would be
splash
pretty deadly.
damage.
The problem
would
is
be good.
it's expensive.
Yeah, there's no way you can do it on 2 TCs and fast.
And keep making longbows.
Like, he can't even afford a trebuchet at the moment. You know.
And he has 2 castles, so he wants to make 2 trebuchets, right?
Right. So things are tough for Tati at the moment. He's killing the outposts, which is interesting.
I don't think it makes a huge difference.
Well, I don't think Villese has Town Watch, so probably not.
Like, he doesn't know the castle's there, so...
Not yet. He'll know in a second.
There we are. Hello.
Beep, boop. Out of the fog. It comes. But they're both even on military.
Has TaToH dropped another TC at the back?
He has.
He has now. Okay,
it's kind of late, isn't it? But he has dropped it.
Like, this is like a way to play games, right? Where you try to get up really fast and you add TCs after the transition.
Yeah, this is one way to play the game.
Yeah. It is. It is. Like, it's not like unheard of to do this sort of
No, I know
strategy.
what you're saying, yeah.
But as Britons, it seems a bit strange. Like, I could see Mayans doing this exact strategy, being... That makes sense. Plumes are nice and cheap. You can still get up quickly on 2 TCs.
Yeah. You've now got 6 range versus 9, however, and TaToH's moving out. He's about to get Bracer as well. We're doing 10 range versus 6 range. Bigger damage output on the longbow, which of course they need because of the plumed archer's extra health and armor. But he could start picking some plumes off here.
Dude,
It's
I feel
uphill
like
though, which sucks.
As soon as like Villese starts to get rams, he's just going to sort of push back, right?
Yeah, true.
Like, he doesn't even need siege ram, just cap rams, like 4 or 5 cap rams, and he can push down a castle, I think.
He's waiting for this 2 trebs to deploy. He's unpacking them here for this castle. Villese, meanwhile, trebs of his own coming out, 2 siege workshops coming out. This is a very standard way to play the Mayans. In Mayan wars, in Mayan Britain wars, in anything against another archer civ. Rams, except Chinese, rams, or maybe Mongols. But
Yeah,
there's always an exception to the rule. It's like, delete the blacksmith, we don't need that anymore. Oh my god, TaToH's actually doing Wirewolf.
This could be a problem.
This is actually epic. I mean, will he just target the trebs now? He will, right?
100%.
He'll just take them out instantly.
100% accuracy. He
Yeah.
always hits, right?
Like every time.
He always hits the trebs.
This is so sick. And then maybe if he is far enough back with the longbows, he can pick off the plumes.
And remember, the trebs can shoot the plumes too.
Oh, yeah, they can, but this is going to get so expensive. Oh my goodness. He's going for it. He's going for a bit of everything here. He's going for the trebs and the castle. The plumed archers are actually dying as well, which is I'm shocked. He's just way out. He's so out upgraded.
Yeah.
He's massively out
lacking
upgraded.
So many upgrades at the moment.
Like, these longbows have more armor than the plumes.
Which is backwards. It
Which
should
is
not be that
backwards,
way.
yeah. I mean, that's wrong. That's not allowed. Still, TaToH backing up a little bit. Wirewolf making a difference for sure.
No, he's just moving closer so he can actually shoot
Oh,
the trebs.
okay, right, I see. I thought he might have been backing away. But I don't see any reason why he should back away, right?
No.
Oh my god, this
He's
is
just going to
amazing.
like instantly
Oh,
kill
he instantly kills the
right?
treb.
3 shots and then all
And now
dead.
Villese is backing away. Now Villese is like, I gotta get out of there. The treb's dying. The
Vils.
Vils dying, sorry. the splash damage coming into effect. That castle is going down. Meanwhile, on the right side, he has expanded a TC here. There's a single plume there. How annoying. But this is just going to be a slow push now. Chemistry coming in. He'll take down that castle. I don't... trebs do well against rams as well.
Yeah, if they hit them.
If
so
they hit them.
You have to aim ahead of the treb.
Right.
The ram, sorry.
Yeah, that's a problem. The rams are going to be a problem. Siege rams coming in as well. And I'd want to see a big juicy Wirewolf hit right here now.
Oh.
He looks like he's switching. Is he going for? He's going for the plumes. He is. He's going for the plumes. Are they going down 2 by 2? They're getting absolutely mullered right here. And as they retreat as well, they're going down. And Villese is like, I've got the hill. This should not be happening right now.
And then he's using the longbows to block
Yeah, that's
the rams
good.
from getting in.
It's still tough because siege rams coming in. He needs an answer to the siege rams. This is going to hurt.
Oh, feels bad when he can get any of the trebs. Okay, we've got 2 rams now. He should get a couple of the trebs.
Yeah, he's going to get all 3 of those instantly. Ouch.
But all the plumes are dead, basically.
Still a better trade for TaToH here, though. Overall. He got more trebs.
He's got more trebs, but he hasn't got the castle yet.
No. And the siege rams are really maybe going to be his undoing. I love the Wirewolf's strat, though. It's so nice.
Is this going to be like onages from TaToH to counter the rams?
Mangonel's coming out, yeah.
And I guess onages later once he can afford it.
This is really sick.
Right, he needs to just mass a couple of rams and then push all at once, I think.
Yeah. Castle downhill, though, taking huge damage from these
But
trebs.
where have the trebs gone?
There's the trebs from
Where's TaToH?
TaToH? They're on the side.
Just moving away.
That's fine. Get away from the siege rams at all costs. There's another one coming over here, though. I think he's spotted that, and immediately the treb's being targeted now. Castle's gone,
Castle's
though.
gone.
That's unfortunate. He's got one more castle left at home, of course.
Right. And he should be able to mine more stone to get more castles.
Oh
right?
no! Siege ram coming over. TaToH needs to back away.
How
Back
fast,
away.
How fast are the trebs?
He's okay. He's out. He's out.
Yep, he's safe. They're nice and fast.
That was lucky.
Speedy trebs.
That ram is just like a sponge. Look at it. Give me your arrows. Give me your arrows.
I
Got all
love,
the
I
arrows.
love the sound effects.
Yeah, rams make that noise. They're like,
Yep, of course.
Sucking
That's the
those
sound
arrows
of the
up.
people inside the rams. That's what they make.
yeah. All right, look at that. TaToH actually with good map control now. Moving out to the left side, he spots another castle. The military count is interesting. Villese really doesn't have much, but he's got a huge eco. So I think Villese could very easily step on the gas with military production very soon. Plumed archers
Or
are
like
not
eagles
expensive.
or something, maybe?
Anything.
Oh, he doesn't even have any gold.
Yeah, where is the gold right now? Why is he got no gold? Well, this gold's being mined. This gold's
Not working. And there should be one more gold somewhere.
I don't know. Maybe he's mined it out.
Maybe that TC was on it?
No, I don't think it was.
On the front? Or
Hold on, I
the
don't want to
back?
see all these villagers dying from miles away to the longbows. Like, I'm telling you, Britons are so underestimated. Is it... It's not that one. Is it that one? I think that's actually Villese's gold.
Well, it
Because
has to be.
TaToH has 1, 2, 3 here, right?
Yeah, so that has to be Villese's.
Oh, rip.
Feels
Okay.
bad, man. Okay.
Oh, rip.
That-
Good mangonel shot. That
okay,
was huge.
3 mangonels for 2 trebs.
Worth
Fair,
it.
I think.
But get the trebs out. Get the trebs out. Okay, he's confident. He's confident.
There's another mangonel. It's about to become an onager.
Oh, no. Looks like that treb's gone. And the other one. Oh, wow. Saved it just. But this is going to die now, surely. No, it's
Oh.
not. Wow.
The repairs.
This is so well microed. So well microed. He can tank one shot and then it's gone. Dead. The TaToH's still
Close.
going. Oh, so pog.
I don't
So
understand.
pog.
Like, this shouldn't work.
This is amazing. This is actually amazing.
And look, he's already making barracks at home. So TaToH's
Sorry,
sort
he's
of,
making barracks at
like,
home?
up to the north. The TaToH.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
so he's
here.
preparing. He's like, okay, there might be eagles coming at some point.
Prepare some champions.
I might need champions at some
Prepare
point.
the champions. He's got so much gold under his control. Like, this is beautiful. Oh, and he's actually doing archery ranges as well. Interesting. Maybe he's preparing some
Skirms?
skirms as well. I don't
Well,
know.
he's only got the one castle, right? So he can't make longbows forever.
That's true. He just needs more boots on the ground.
Oh, he's gonna make arbs. There, I guess he's range.
Okay, yes, that's true. Range is good. This is some masterful play by TaToH
Okay, so
here.
do you go for the onagers or the treb? I guess you go for the treb.
Go
and
for
you
the
die.
treb, but it dies.
I feel like it's better to go for the onagers, just to, like.
He
force
could have
them
got a
away,
2
right?
for 1 on the onager
Maybe,
if he hits
maybe.
it as well. Good micro. Look at the onagers here. This just asking for trouble, Villese. You can't contest this trebuchet. It will survive.
Right, and all those onagers mean that he doesn't even need the plumes to defend anymore.
Oh
Right?
god,
Sorry,
I'm
he doesn't
losing
need the
my
longbows to
mind.
defend.
This game is so sick. Right, Eagle Warriors coming out. Oh, he's doing Elite Skirm. So I think he cancelled Crossbow.
And he's also doing scale barding armor? For, I guess, light cav raids?
Or he's got so much gold that he's thinking, I'll do some Cavalier. No.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. But Cap Ram coming in. He's doing Cavalier. He has got so much gold. He's actually doing Cavalier. Here you go. Oh my goodness. 3K.
Onager shot.
Oh, and look at
That
this
was
as well.
nearly big.
But even oh. Even if the trebuchet go for it, Villese is called GG. What the hell was that? Oh my god, that game was so sick. Oh my goodness. TaToH. That was insane. That's not a matchup that you win. I had that as Villese won the game. No, he didn't.
I didn't see what he could do as Britons, but TaToH was just like, thinking 4 steps ahead. Okay, like, okay, I'm going to get Warwolf, and I'm going to
sick.
kill his Trebs. And then I'm going to get Onagers to kill his Rams. And then I'm going to switch into Cavalier and Skirms. Just like,
Did
wow.
Villese throw or did TaToH win?
I think a little bit of both. I think Villese should have had Rams faster. But other than that, TaToH just played it so well.
I mean, going straight for Warwolf was so sick. You know, like, he killed so many units. Look at the KD, right? He killed so many units with that. And we saw, earlier on, a great demonstration right here of just how OP those plumed archers could be against the Britain longbows, right? They caught them, they trapped them, they killed them. TaToH actually outplayed Villese so hard there. Like, he played incredibly well, like, every step of the way.
It was always just like that next
He didn't do
level
elite
thinking.
longbowman. He just got all the upgrades, took the range, the 10 range, abused the range, had the onagers for the rams, had trebuchets to pick off the trebuchets, had the trebuchets to pick off the plumes. He was preparing skirms. He was getting ready with Cavalier to fight any potential eagles that were coming, and yes, they were coming. And, I mean, just every step of the way. That was so good. And he was so cautious about pushing out as well, you know. He built that castle inside. He waited.
Like, I felt like, especially with just the 2 TC play, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, Britain's like a boomy civ, right? You got cheap TCs. Why are you not making more TCs? But
even the way that, like, Villese did 3 TCs straight away, he had this 20 villager lead. And that never materialized into anything.
No.
And then TaToH was like, yeah, well, I'm adding my 3rd TC now. It's quite a bit later, but then look at the villager count.
And then he added a 4th TC as well,
right,
on the right-hand side.
Over here, like, it's so good. That's so good. Really, really well played. What a fantastic game. That's game of the set series for me. Game of the...
Yeah, it was just like so next level thinking, like out of the box strategies to win a difficult civ matchup.
Yeah, and not only that, but he then wins the set with that game.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of just, in my mind, was like, yeah, we're going to the 5th game.
Right.
Like, I was preparing for, 5th game, trying to maybe think ahead a bit, but then TaToH just does that and wins it 3-1. That's so sick. That was such a great execution, and really just a very smart play, really. That's the only way to describe it, smart.
Yeah. Well, he's always
so
been
good.
considered...
Why is TaToH so good at this game?
There's just lucky people who are good at stuff.
Dude, he's a mastermind.
Yeah.
Mastermind. Well, there you go. Let's take a quick look at the achievements then. I'm interested to see the resources gathered this game. Obviously, TaToH with that larger army, larger KD. Eco-wise, huge difference in gold. And we did talk about the map, the fact that Villese's gold was kind of bad for him. But it's not a situation where you expect Villese to lose map control.
And normally, like, you would expect Mayans to be the one being aggressive and taking map control, right?
Exactly. Wow.
And, like, the other resources aren't that important.
Stone. Villese had a lot of stone.
He did have a lot of castles, too. But
Most
TaToH built his 2 castles, got some trebs, and then said, I don't need any more trebs.
Yeah, I think that's the most amazing thing as well, right? Like, the fact that Villese had all those castles and he had so much stone, but the plumed archers didn't even seem to make any impact.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
TaToH fasts up to every age, but just
barely.
For, like, feudal and castle, 1 second difference.
1 second a minute. Wow.
That was so good.
That was so cool. All right, well, there you go. Fantastic stuff. And there you have it. Are we good to go out with the game now?
We can go to the brackets, yes.
We get to the brackets, okay.
I haven't got the matches set up for the next game.
So there you have it.
TaToH.
We've got TaToH versus...
You need to refresh the bracket.
Oh, I need to refresh it. It's not updated. Yeah. I wondered if maybe it was a bug. Right. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me refresh this one. There we go.
There we
Brackets updated.
Here we are.
And
This is what we're going to be seeing next.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be TaToH versus MBL in the final. This is good for Aftermath. I just want to remind everyone of the standings right now. This is what it looks like before we add any points for the 1v1 stage.
Yep.
Aftermath in the final, they're guaranteed a minimum of
4 points.
4 points.
Or 6 if they win.
6 if they win. So that puts them up to above Frantic, just behind SY, if
but we also
MBL
need to remember,
wins.
Suomi gets 3 points for Villese losing.
Yeah.
So they go up to 27.
They go up to 27, which is still also above Frantic.
Frantic gets 3 points for Tim.
Yeah.
They go up to 28.
Yeah, they go up to 28.
SY gets 1 point. They got the 30. So basically, this order for the top four, like the second to fifth, can't really change regardless of what happens.
Right, but it can get closer.
But all that can happen is it just gets closer and
close
towards the top.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, the fact that we're so far into the tournament now, we're past the halfway mark, and yet we're very close here. The fight for second is really heating up.
Yeah, it's getting so close.
Yeah.
Tense.
Awesome. Well, we'll update the standings at the end of today. And of course, our last match today, it's going to be MBL versus TaToH. And we didn't update this. But what should I do? Should I put this one?
I'll just leave that and I'll fix it in a second.
Okay, so Robo's going to fix that. We're going to take a very, very short break here. We're just going to reset ourselves ready for our last match. And we will get that going in a few moments' time. Just going to put a quick timer up here. We'll be back in 4 minutes, guys. And we'll see you for the grand final. MBL versus TaToH. Hype.